Well, at least it's not Edmund. That guy's a crazy.
Say what you want to say about Edmund being crazy, but he's not gay. He's not even obsessed with the back door.
We don't know that. We just not know that.
Well, he certainly didn't support Karen Bass. He supported Spencer Pratt.
Well, he got you on that, Adams. Sorry, can't defend you there.
MG. Can I get a green bean for a second?
This is not my space. Serendipity.
Just give me a green bean for a moment, please.
She'll kill me. I can't do that.
Florida, don't you know that I'm also here anonymously? You can kick the gay person out, but you can't get the gay out of yourself. Isn't that right, Florida?
Yeah, have you noticed that there's a dearth of quality people in this world lately? I've been noticing there's like everything from customer service to like just people serving you at restaurants, unless you go to like the really, really high-end stuff. But it's like, what the hell's going on in this country? Have you noticed that, MG, or am I just delusional?
No, I've noticed that.
Like, I used to be able to go into a store and say, excuse me, can you, oh, yeah, sure, come over here, sir, let me show you. Now when I go in, it's like, excuse me, it's over there. And they're looking at their phone. You're like, all right, well, could you help me? All right, yeah, come on. You're like, oh, I'm really sorry to bother you. Was there something else you were doing that was like, no, it's okay. I'll be there in a second. Thank you. Like,
sorry to hear that, King Nav. Jesus, where are you going shopping these days?
Days and they turn around when you're purchasing and ask you to give a tip. Who tips someone at a retail place? Come on.
It's to improve performance and service. It's an acronym.
Come on, dude. To be anti-tipping is to be anti-American. This isn't Europe. This isn't anywhere else in the world. You got to tip. Come on.
Well, look, I'm all about the tip, especially the one that won the Knicks championship. But
that's right. Let's go.
Go dances for Muslim men for tips. So this is a topic that affects me.
Claudia, when you went to Iran to your history revisionist conference, did you tip the racist anti-Semite who put on your neo-Nazi organization seminar?
I don't speak about that, Alistair.
Well, I had to call the Department of Homeland Security to make sure that you're on their watch list. So just wanted to FYI.
Well, one of the people they did get a visit from the FBI. Yes.
Well,
I was not one of those people, but yes.
Who did?
This is none of your business, David.
Yeah, but you're making it public, so...
Robert Taylor in San Diego, Nora Bandura's ex-fiance, who went to Iran here with Cadillo.
Airing out my dirty laundry. How dare you, Alistair?
Yeah, watch them underwear with them skid marks go.
How could you, Goo? Aren't you putting yourself at risk traveling to Iran to go to a terrorist training camp? Aren't you worried that the FBI are going to show up at your front door?
That's crazy. That's crazy how this guy remembered that, because I mentioned that in passing and somehow he fucking remembered.
Well, because it was recorded.
Oh, of course. You never know when Edmund is fucking listening. Yeah. Well, definitely wouldn't go over there now, but yeah. That was an interesting event. Definitely gained some life experience going there.
Did you get laid? Sorry to hear that.
Well, good. The last time you had a girlfriend, what was she?
Invisible.
Ethnicity-wise?
Yes, and religion.
She was like Puerto Rican and something else. Yeah. I'm assuming she was Catholic. I mean, yeah.
You didn't even bother?
I mean, yeah, that's sort of like the default, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really speak about.
Did you guys read Howard Irving to each other at bedtime?
I'm surprised he actually lasts. He's lasted this long in this room. Okay, and to keep him though, this guy is a clubhouse legend. Do not kick him.
I don't think he's a legend. I wouldn't say that.
Allegedly.
This guy has, look at all the archival audio he's got of this godforsaken app.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go to a space where he's not welcome, where the black people are.
Sorry to hear that, Dr. Adams. Tell Karen Bass I said hello.
Belgium scored. That's
No bueno. Before I leave, I just want to say, regardless of whether I'm a Republican or a Democrat, which I am.
Yeah, but you voted for Karen Bass. You don't count.
At the end of the day, I'm voting for somebody that is something that Kitover could never be. A candidate that has a chance of winning. A candidate that actually has a chance at winning. So at the end of the day, I can regardless of who I voted for in my election, he will never be anywhere in the realm or the spectrum of any of those successful people that actually have a chance at reaching.
Projection says what, faggot nigga? Nigga faggot says projection says what?
Hello?
Oh my God!
You can't say that. You
Don't
can't
do
say
that. I just said it.
Yeah, you should apologize.
Just remove him.
I mean, MG, listen, I have a thick skin. Okay?
I can't. This is
MG, let me just
land
land on this. I have a thick skin.
talking to John.
Because at the end of the day, he can call me all the names that he wants, but guess what? I can't even call him second, third, or even fourth place because the motherfucker never even had a chance to be in the top 10. So at the end of the day, you could continue to call me all the names that you want, but guess what? No, none of us on stage could ever call you a winner.
Well, I want to take back the N-word. I just want to call you a faggot.
You called him the N-word just now?
Yes, I called him a faggot nigga. Nigga faggot.
I don't know what to do with this. It's not my place. What's wrong with you?
Depending on your diet, you can still see the skin.
Well,
guys, I got this.
I have a feeling he eats chimichangas.
Wait, where's Edmund?
Hop me up, y'all. Green bean me.
Yeah. Give Augustus a mile, man.
Let me get a green bean.
Yeah, give him. Yo, David Bobadilla.
Yeah.
Yo, Augustus. This guy, David Bobadilla, was talking a lot of shit in the other room about you.
It's okay. I'll be the host of this soon, and I'll take care of all that.
Augustus is my good friend. I like it.
Yeah, but you were talking a lot of shit.
What do you mean? You're not. See, this is what good does.
Okay.
He tries.
I'm being vague right now, but I could be very specific.
Oh shit.
About what you were saying. So keep pushing my buttons.
It's okay. Let me get the green bean. I'll take care of it.
He's shut up because he knows that I was there and I was listening.
There's nothing to say. What are you talking about?
You were talking shit to Rico and all of them, and you were like, "Oh, Augustus, blah blah."
I said it was. No, we were talking about the
Augustus and preservation and passing.
Oh, so Rico was talking about my boy Augustus. See, Augustus.
No. For the record. Okay, for the record. 1 second.
No, hold on. Somebody had mentioned preservation and Augustus in passing, and David made like a snarky joke about something about Augustus not giving him a painting that he.
That's not true. That is not true.
Yes, that's what you said.
But David, why would you bring that up in front of people? That people would take.
Okay, so Goo is doing what Goo does. trying to be.
No, but this
like,
is not. No, hold on, because this is not the first time that I've heard this. So, Goo, I'm glad that you brought that up.
So what happened?
This is not. And I'm not trolling. This is not the first time that I've heard this. So again, as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, the first time I heard about this was about 3.5 years ago. This is how long that this shit has been going on. Goo, am I wrong?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
So
why
when I was
after 3
talking
years,
about,
after 3 years, hold on, after 3 years, why now are you bringing it up around a bunch
dude,
of
nothing was
just
brought up.
haters?
I was talking about going to the race in Indy, and I'm sorry,
But
in
why
DC.
would you bring up the?
I didn't bring up
That's weird.
He was bringing up the.
That's weird.
But why would you even entertain that conversation? Number one, it's happened so long ago, and number two, I think that you're misrepresenting what actually happened.
Try to stop.
I think that you're misrepresenting what actually happened. I don't think Augusta's a promise you were painting. I think that you just drunk it. Okay, and then you try to run some.
Augustus is my
Because
friend.
you were confused. Okay, well then why would you be talking about him like that, knowing that again, as long as you have been bringing this up, as long as you have been bringing this up, which I have
Goo is.
as long as you've been bringing this up, you know that people in response have had negative things to say about Augustus.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about Augustus.
Okay, but you know that bringing it up, it's going to incite other people to say negative things about Augustus.
Well, what happened? What happened?
Because that's all they've been doing since you brought it up 3 years ago. This is the whole point.
No, I brought up going to the IndyCar race.
I don't know. I feel like maybe you should take a look at
And everyone else was like
I think that you should maybe take a look at your drinking, because obviously it's not only clouding your judgment but also your loyalty.
My loyalty is very pronounced.
And I guess since I'm not trolling, that's literally, this is not the first time that I've heard that shit.
No, I love Augustus. Augustus is my boy.
Then why do you keep repeating this shit?
Again, it's not me. It's like it's your friend Goo that's trying to antagonize.
No. He only brought up the fact that you're still talking about this shit how many years later? Which
I'm not talking about anything.
We still don't know the real story because you're always drunk.
For the
Because
record,
you're always drunk. We don't know what happened between you and Augustus. As a matter of fact, I think Augustus helped you. I think Augustus helped you, and you continue to repeat that story without the context. And again, I don't think you even remember the context because you're always so drunk. I think you should just stop talking about it altogether.
So for the record, we were talking about going to the race in Washington D.C. and I said, yeah, I invited my boy Augustus as well to come to the race, and that's when the conversation was at. That's all I said. So if Goo is trying to, I don't know what Goo is trying to do, but he's with all due respect to Goo, he's throwing a bomb in the middle of something to make it a bigger than it is.
David, this has nothing to do with Goo. What did I tell you the last time you brought this shit up, David? Because this is not the first time that we've had this conversation. It's not. So again, what did I tell you the last time? If you have an issue with whatever it is that you and Augustus were discussing,
I don't have any issues with Augustus.
Then why are you still talking about it? So then why are you still talking about it?
I'm not talking about anything. Other people, for some reason, other people like to bring up different topics. Not me.
Amazing. Mind me up, y'all. Yo, Callie, mind me up. Let me get that green bean, you know what I mean?
I would if I could. I don't have that authority.
Serendipity texted me. She told me that mom me up.
Really?
Mom you up?
We mod him up. Let's go.
That's right. Anyway.
I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. My name is Sam.
Optics there. Amazing. Yeah, nah, so this is the truth. You guys want to know the real story coming from me? Forbidden knowledge, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear it. I want to hear somebody say, let me get that forbidden knowledge.
Let's hear that forbidden knowledge, Augustus.
Alright, so this is the real deal information that's been censored on Clubhouse multiple times due to its profound nature. David Bobadilla. He said to me, "Yo, Augustus, I want to commission you for painting."
I got the you don't explain anything.
I said, David Bobadilla.
That's not what he told us, Augustus. He told us that he asked you to paint him one of your French girls. He said, Augustus, I want you to have me wear this and only this. And you told him I don't swing that way, so you agreed to do something else. Because we know you, Augustus. I knew you wouldn't do that. He did trick you into doing something weird. But go ahead. I'm just correcting our understanding what David had been.
Lies. Like obviously, you know, don't listen to Dr. Evans. Don't listen to Goo. Don't listen to all these guys are like. So what are you trying to do? You want Augustus to hate me? Is that what you guys want? I don't understand.
No, I'm never gonna hate David Bobadilla.
Yeah, Augustus is one of my good friends. Like.
David Bobadilla.
I could do no wrong.
One mic on me. One mic on me, Sam.
Yo, that's right, buddy. Gotcha.
Hello?
Word.
Hello.
Amazing. So, alright, this is the backstory to how we got to the let me get a painting, part of the story. The backstory was, I was broke. I found out that my friend David Bobadilla was rich. So I was like, yo, David Bobadilla, I'm broke. Let me get a couple $100. He was like, I got you, bro. And then I did it again. And he was like, I got you again. You know what, man? I feel like I owe this guy something. So when he asked me to paint him a picture, which, mind you, my paintings go for $10,000. I said, you know, my paintings, they go for $10,000. For you, I'll do it for $5,000. He was like, that's a little steep. He was like, I'll throw you another $250. I was like, you know what? Deal. So I ended up painting this picture that took me 10,000 hours. Mind you, if I was getting paid $1 an hour, you know, I would have only made $10,000, let alone, you know, minimum wage, right? Minimum wage is what? Like $7, $8 an hour or something, maybe $25 an hour. So we're looking at like something like 10,000 times 25. What's that? $250,000 more.
That's awesome.
One mic on me. One mic on me. So we're talking about a $250 deal that's supposed to be worth $250,000. So I took my time.
Chicago mayoral candidate John Kitover. This is a podcast I'm on. Go to Chicago Mayor Vote.
I'm doing something amazing. In the meantime, you know, we can go party. We can have a good time. You know, it's all good. You know, we're friends. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting on a $250,000 asset you're getting for $250. So at that point, I finished the painting.
Ooh.
Right? I invite David Bobadilla to my wedding. He comes to the wedding. The next day, I get a call. Hey, I need you to move to Washington, D.C. And this is coming from the government. I said, okay, no problem.
I got you.
I'm in the middle of moving, where I hire movers. One mic on me, Sam. One mic on me. This is the forbidden knowledge section of the show. And you need to respect that before I get a green bean and just kick you out the room. So, with that being said, I hire the movers, and I handle the painting poorly. And at this point, I'm like, you know what, David? The painting in the move. So, I've lost now $250 asset. He's lost a $250 investment. At the end of the day, we're still friends. At the end of the day.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Augustus, is that he didn't mention that part. He was portraying it as if you, like, completely, like, ghosted him and just never fulfilled
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, you did, motherfucker.
No,
Yes,
I did not.
Augustus, and in all fairness, and Augustus, listen, you could always rely on me to be reasonable and to tell you what's up. Okay, the impression that we all got based on the story they told is that he paid you for a painting and you go.
No, that's not true.
First
First of all,
Take Jazzy into the room because Jazzy heard you say.
First of all, I never.
I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna bring her in here.
Yeah, you can bring her in here.
Because again, you were saying the same thing to Jazzy, and even Jazzy told you to stop lying on her.
It's not true. You guys are just lying for no reason. Why are you doing
Am I
that?
wrong?
That's not
Bro,
true.
you're not wrong. The way he told the story was that, like, Augustus completely, like, ghosted.
That is not true. That is not true.
And that he never did the painting and never finished it. Either he never did the painting or never finished it. That's what he was saying. And he ghosted you.
Okay, for the record, there's been multiple people, for some reason, who had to interject themselves into the situation.
No, you inserted us into the situation.
I never did. That's not true.
Okay, I'll tell you how long ago this was. Diego, Ghoul, myself, Prince, and I believe it was Rabbi and Bobadilla were all in a room where he was bitching and moaning about this painting.
I was not bitching and moaning. That is
this was
not
when Diego.
true.
This was when Diego. Am I wrong? This was when Diego and Nora were openly speaking on this app. This is how long he has been carrying this lie.
That is not true.
Making it seem like you did some good nigga shit.
There's been other people on this app that for some reason feel like they
made it seem like
painting.
Adams.
Okay.
Their stories align. Them two don't even get along.
MG, do you have Jazzy blocked? I'm getting ready to text her and tell her to come in here because again, I'm
Some
tired
of
of
this is a
lying.
nicer part of canvas than acrylic art critics.
I don't know why is everyone interjecting themselves into this situation? I mean, me and Augustus are fine. We're friends. I mean,
bro, didn't you go to his wedding?
Yes, I did go to his wedding. Yeah, and I don't. The painting is cool. The painting is cool, but it doesn't matter to me. I mean, eventually, like if Augustus wants to make me painting, I love him even more for that.
You know how we know we're
But it doesn't matter to me.
You know how you know we're telling the truth? David Bobadilla is breaking character.
I mean, I remember after the wedding. I remember after the wedding, I went to the casino, blew a bunch of money. David Bobadilla.
Ooh, that's probably true.
He probably could have got his $250 back then, but I mean.
Yeah, but I don't want anything from Augustus. Augustus is like he's my close friend, and I don't care about anything else. That's all.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, you're the fool, and the reason why this shit happened.
I just want the record to show. Like I wasn't. I won't name names, but there was some other guy that brought up the painting.
Hold on. Excuse me. When you go and buy an asset like that, okay, the first thing that you should have done is you should have had him give you an invoice, and you should have sent that shit to the insurance company and made sure that it was, especially considering the fact that you guys do not live near each other, and you knew that to depend on shipping to get your product from point A to point B. The second thing is the fact that he took his time to make you a painting like that. Okay, and then you turn it around and you twist it on Clubhouse as though he did some hood nigga shit and did some services. Hold on. You prepaid for services that you did not receive. That is not what happened. Okay, what had happened was he made you to paint him. And Augustus, I want to ask you, how long from the time that you completed the painting and he was aware that the painting was done and till the time that you attempted to move the painting and the painting was damaged?
Augustus, you don't have to answer it.
How long was that, Augustus?
You don't have to answer that question.
I finished it in Old City. So, I moved to DC from Old City. I started it in South Philly. So it must have been, less than a year.
So he had several months and a reasonable amount of time from the time that he was notified that you had finished the painting for him to make arrangements to have the painting moved to where he is before the painting was damaged. Is that what you're telling me, Augustus?
I mean, that's what, you know.
Well, but for a man of means like David, I mean, David talks some cash money shit. So I'm pretty sure that David could have put together a moving company in less than a year. Because it sounds like it was almost a year that you had told him that that painting was ready and that it was up in your house before it was damaged. It was a year. Certainly, he could have moved the painting. The other thing, Augustus, is you should actually be invoicing him because a lot of people in your situation, when people's commissioned paintings are finished, a lot of those studios actually charge people storage space for a lot of their art that they do not come and pick up that they bought to avoid this specific thing. So at the end of the day, as a business person, I think that David actually owes you money.
That's fascinating. I mean, honestly, you know, I consider David a dear friend.
You're a creator. You're not a storage unit. So when you're done with your painting in the future, Augustus, as a business person, when you're done with your painting to avoid the perception of somebody bashing your character like this, make sure that they have an understanding.
Never bash his character.
Make sure that they have an understanding that unless
I've always been on.
unless it is due to extenuating circumstances, you should have a standard delivery timeline. And you should have a storage fee incentive behind that for people making their own arrangements to ship their own shit.
Okay, let me just say, David, right? Like you're a good friend of mine, bro, and like I'm happy to make something worth $200.
You don't have to do anything for me, Augustus. You know, you're my friend. It doesn't matter. The painting was never a big deal. For some reason, people in clubs, I'm not going to names, kept bringing up the painting. Like, that wasn't the issue for me. I don't really care about the painting, to be honest with you.
Right. And I'm glad that we have some people here to hear you say that. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm a man, and as a man, I'm willing to say, like, listen, bro, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. And you know what's going on is that there's certain people on the app that basically are looking for me to slip up because of what I've done.
Yeah, you gotta ignore those people.
Yeah, I mean, like, I went from basically having, you know, a psychological breakdown to having a psychological breakthrough on this app, right? And people were there and witnessed, you know, when I tried to kill myself on this app, and had
YouTube, I want you to know I'm a journalist. And no one is saying anything. This is about a journey of discovery and health.
And then finding God and getting my life in order and doing something with my life. You know, so people are looking for, you know, an excuse to see me slip back into my old ways. But I'm not going to let it get me down. You know, and at the end of the day, it's a fucking $250 thing. If people are tripping over $250, they got to go back on food stamps, right? So, you know, they can go get their government benefits from, you know, Biden. We're in the Trump era. We don't do that around here where we're tripping over $250.
That's right.
I think more importantly, whenever you give money to anybody on the internet, you should just accept that the money that you've given to somebody on the internet is a gift that's been given to a friend, and let it go. If it didn't come with an invoice and a receipt, it's money that you gave to a friend, and maybe that friend gives you something, and maybe that friend gives you something, but it really doesn't matter.
We did ball out a few times, David and I, in real life. Like we're friends in real life, you know.
Yeah, we're definitely friends. Yeah, so like again, like I know Clubhouse wants to make a bigger deal of it. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. $250 is $250.
I mean, I would give.
Like, why would you?
I know.
$50? I don't think you would ever trip over.
I would give Augustus $1,000 if he needed today. If Augustus texted me right now, said like, send me $1,000, I would send him $1,000.
I know.
I don't need a penny for that.
We're much more expensive.
I'm good now. Like I've got a lot of money now. I'm about to buy a house. Like, I'm good right now.
Yeah. So
When we first met years ago, I was not in a good position where I was ready to buy a house. I was like barely able to get by. I wanted to kill myself. Like, I hated my life, bro. Like, I had a fucked up relationship. I had a fucked up lifestyle. I was just not in the right. I wasn't a man, right? I'm a man now, and as a man now, you know, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones and move past this situation. And, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And, you know, if I could ever make up for it or send you money to make my life,
I don't need
I'm
anything.
happy to do that.
I don't need anything, Augustus. You know that.
I know you don't, but I just wanted to say that in front of people that might want to hear something like that come from me, because they might perceive me as somebody who's just a scammer. And
definitely not a scammer. Like, you know, all you have to do is like come to the IndyCar race in DC as my guest, and that's all that matters.
So Augustus, are you gonna be in Philly anytime soon? Because I'm coming there tomorrow.
No, I'm not actually, but
Sorry, my phone died.
King, you should come to the race in DC.
When is it?
August something.
August something? Yeah, I'll put that on my calendar. Hold on, I'm looking through to see something on my calendar.
Hold on.
Just type in IndyCar race in DC.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say this, Augustus. I'm glad that you and David squashed it.
There's nothing to be squashed. We're friends from the very beginning. You guys are the ones that are trying to drive a wedge for some reason.
I'm glad that y'all squashed it.
We were always friends.
David, hear me clearly, okay? You ever do this shit to me, I'm gonna come after your ass, okay? Because I don't like the way you played in his face like that. And y'all can squash it. Y'all can squash it. Y'all can squash it. But the way that you moved in this situation,
you guys can make things up, but I've never done
the way you moved in this situation. I'm looking at you sideways. Still cool with you, but I'm looking at you sideways.
You cool it up.
If Joe Schmo is making things up in a room that never happened, I mean, that has
so now you're calling me a liar?
Augustus? Wait,
so now you're calling me a liar.
What does Joe have to do with this? He's been sitting in bottom right for a while.
But I just sent Brigham an email, and he's going to send me $1,000 for future service that I'm not going to provide.
Augustus?
$1,000.
I just want to tell you.
You're back. Serendipity, mom me up.
I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you.
We all love Augustus.
I'm so proud of where you've been and where you've come.
Thank you.
And Augustus, I heard from someone I know in DC who works for Mike Lee. I'm not going to tell you here. I'll tell you later. But he was saying he knows you really well, and he was really proud of your support for Maha. So
nice.
Great. Yeah, I'm like the only Augustus NC, so everybody's gotten to know me this year.
Yeah, and he says you're, I think your wife, but he says the girl he's with is great. That's
my wife is a beast. She had Secret Service pick her up today.
I spoke to her on the phone. You remember just after your wedding?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
Sweet lady.
Yeah, he got picked up by the motorcade today. That was pretty exciting. First time.
Nice. So, King, when I was at the wedding, Augustus' wedding, and I met his family and her family. Like, everyone was so nice. Everyone was so
You got invited and I didn't get invited? I'm very upset.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. All good, dude.
But yeah, there was everyone was like top notch, like really good people. You know, it's very rare. Like I've been to many weddings, and there's a lot of people that I hate having conversations with. But this wedding, everyone was awesome.
Yeah, it was a big wedding for sure. I mean, it wasn't like a big wedding where I had like 300 people, but I had like close to 200 people. And I spent like a fortune on it. So I'm glad you came. I'm glad you had a good time. and I'm glad you got to meet my family. They're all good people, and my wife, she's amazing. She's next level, dude. So it's really cool you got to meet her. But yeah, no, like the stuff she's doing now is crazy. It's just next level, man. Like, I'm so proud of her. And you know, if I never had that breakdown and then find recovery and like get my life together, I would have never met her. And yeah, she's Italian. We had like a big Italian wedding. It was a good time.
You know, it's like what happened with Jesus, right? It's like the more you fall down, the more you can come back up.
Right.
You know,
This fucking guy is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. You have to, go to the depths.
I remember Augustus's
come out stronger.
first pitch to me about, hey, Naveen, I can make you shirts. I can make you shirts for your company. I was like, really? Yeah, I got that. I was like, all right, sure. And then I actually connected you, if you remember, to the guy who was ousted from the Republican Party in Long Island to make shirts for him. I don't know if that ever worked, but but I did connect you to him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Nav. Thanks for the referral to a guy that never bought fucking T-shirts, you fucking Stugatz.
We put this whole painting thing on ice for now.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why people on this app are trying, throw away saying, what about this? What about... It's like, dude, I did it because I wanted to do it. I guess it's...
What happened? What is the issue?
There's no issue.
Here we go again.
I'm not going to that I scammed David out of money for painting.
Which he didn't.
Look,
he didn't scam me out of money.
Look, I'll tell you guys, whenever these issues happen, I always blame Ann, because Ann, is always there. So just get used to blaming Ann, okay, and you'll be good to go. But don't worry, okay? That's just the way to do it.
You hear that? They shared a hook and tranny.
Augustus actually met my family. We were at the Ritz-Carlton in Philadelphia, and he met my family.
Sorry to hear that.
Very pertinent to name the hotel. It's a very classy day.
It was a sweet hotel.
Oh, Medea.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
Yeah, but Augustus, you don't have to give me anything. Everyone, as much as they want to say, what about this, what about that? Your friendship is enough.
David, if you need a Motel 6 points, I can spare some for you.
Augustus, I'm working on this NCIS bid, so if I win that, I'll be coming down to DC area often, so we'll definitely be.
What agency is that with?
NCIS.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is it a TV show?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real agency.
Yeah. Who's
Naval Crime? Naval Crime. It's at Quantico. They're in Quantico, but, Seriously, they are. Check it out. NCIS Quantico. And you'll see.
I guess I believe you. I don't know.
Yeah, Google it. You'll see it. So they do a lot of, they do a lot of the investigative services, but it's not broken down the way the TV show does.
King, we're losing. USA.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a few rooms they're talking about it live a couple of months ago, talking about the World Cup.
Is the red card down?
Trump
Guys, if we can handle a 60-second update.
Trump called the
45 minutes.
Trump called the president of FIFA, and they rescinded the red card, so he's playing.
Is he playing good?
Well, you mean
Same thing.
See, Jason.
Just wait.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Since David didn't take my Motel 6 points, do you want my Motel 6 points?
I do. I like Motel 6.
I mean, I have a bunch of Mario points. I have 1.6 million Mario points.
David has like a specific version of the Tourette syndrome where he like attempts to lord over his parents' money over to other people in a way that is like people who I know who have money who are classy would never do that kind of stuff. It's very odd. It's not your most becoming quality.
Roast.
Well, you know, what I do on here is not what I do in person, with all due respect.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in real life, you're worse.
Like the last time I went to, so I had a meet up with some friends at the bar at Tiffany's, and we didn't talk about Clubhouse at all.
Oh my gosh.
And David, how come you didn't show up when we had the lunch?
Rico, why do y'all?
For
What's it count?
the Polo Club.
Well, the Polo Club is hard to get into.
Took me a while to get that reservation. I'd eat by myself.
You have a lot to answer for.
I mean, I've been to the bar at the St. Regis, the King Cole Bar. That's where I go to get calls.
Oh my! Did you have to join a gang to go in there?
Which is right across the street from the Polo Bar.
ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे
That's what they call a pretentious tick.
ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे
Do you need to borrow $20?
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम पञ्चमोऽध्यायः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरिः ॐ जय श्रीकृष्ण हरिः ॐ जय श्री धन्यवाद everyone. Shubhodaya and welcome to Daily Guided Bhagavad Gita Purushottam Yoga House. Today we are reciting chapter number 5, 6 and 7 in lead and follow format. We just finished the recitation of chapter number 5. We still have 2 more chapters for today. So before moving on to chapter number 6, requesting all the devotees in the listeners panel that if you are in good space, raise your hand and join this jap yajna. For any reason, if you cannot join us in the speakers panel today, have a soft copy or a hard copy of Bhagavad Gita in front of you and chant along with us. We have also put the link under the room's title for your reference.
Speaking of
So let's
which,
move
has
on to
anyone
chapter
seen
number
him?
6 now.
I've not seen it. Somebody mentioned him earlier, and I think it was.
He's back. Going to, he's in one of the rooms.
No, it's okay. He's back. Just knowing he's alive is enough. I would be sad if he had, a bad face, but I don't.
आत्मसंयमयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच अनाश्रितः कर्मफलम्
Hello?
Yeah.
Have you watched it yet?
I'm about to plan samples.
Okay, and you haven't taken any sleeping medication, have you?
I will finish it tonight.
Liz didn't show up either, which is unlike her.
Really?
She's all Tiffany and I were just waiting for a while, and then we presumed the worst, and we were calling every hospital in Florida, God forbid anything happened to Edie, she wouldn't be with us, and then
I never think I got one text from you guys except the original. I didn't watch it.
yeah. And then Liz, and we both ping Liz. We still haven't seen her. I don't know what happened. I guess whenever you do watch it and we talk about it, we'll see if she's around.
Yeah. Did y'all actually talk about it? Okay.
Thank God for mom. Yeah. It's really significantly improved since last version. I think I have to find don't have to like really try to stronger everyone to play the desktop version because I think mobile is a good experience. And like the reconnection disconnection issue should be solved. So I really job opportunities and you're solving some problems. Or they just believe in the great replacement theory. You know, I think you're giving him a little too much credit. I think it's better by a great replacement. No, I'm serious. Like you should look at how orchestrated these people are. They there's no organicness to the growth that woman has in her accounts and in her like she just appeared and she appeared with this content
and she went from like having no money to having lots of money and having lots of support and having lots of followers. No, there's something going on there. It wasn't organic. She was too big too fast. That's all I'm saying.
Which woman?
Savannah Stone.
I don't know. I thought you were talking about just government, the federal government's like immigration policy, Ron Reed.
No, there's this group of women who have become huge, like they're on fire, for the traditional life.
Are they Christians? Do they also come with religion? Because that could be like one of the motivating.
I don't know. I mean, she does, I think, but it's not real religion. It's that stuff like what Donald Trump has. It's not real Christianity. It's that politicized.
You said Turning Point. Was that the Charlie Kirk thing?
Yeah, it was the Charlie Kirk conference that they asked her to speak at that thing, but that's how she hit my radar, is because they hosted that in Texas, in San Antonio, actually. So that's how it hit.
Dude, how old is she? Like 12 years old?
Did you see it? Oh gosh, I did.
She's like 12 years. One of these Insta freaky twerkers. I don't know. You just told me. I looked. She looks like one of these Insta twerkers. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Too rich, too quick is right. With a fucking fake blue lenses. And lots of Korean glaze makeup, like bougie. I live with so much plastic around me. It's like my world is the Barbie girl world. And Savannah is just one such product of it.
Yes. I'm a Barbie girl.
In a Barbie world. Not plastic. It's plastic. The fuck? Who is this chick, bro? Who is she to come and like talk about do not vote, do not freaking work, as if she's worked a day in her life?
Oh, you have to listen to her justification for it. She says that the femininity of women is attacked by voting, and she says that men are the natural leaders, and that we're the feminine energy has, I don't know, it's all this weird, like, this crap is not something that's Christian. It's totally not Christian. It's like some kind of bastardized Middle Eastern.
Well, it kind of is Christian because
it is Christian. That's what Abby was saying today.
The man's the head of the household, the head of the snake, and the woman's the body. So yeah, it is Christian based.
I don't know. I don't believe it.
It's kind of dumb, but I mean, I don't know how many men I've met, like they don't have like an ounce of like leadership quality in them at all. They're just like fucking morons. And it seems to me that there's more of them than there are on the women's side. Also, Emma, I was curious, were you in Andrew's room? Was it yesterday? We were like talking with Neela about what love is, and was that also? And I have a question about that. Is that also Andrew's position, or does he have like a?
I don't know. I didn't hear Andrew voice his opinion on that position.
I mean, like the first, like when you were talking about the first time you went into his room, and you were having the convo with Andrew about that. Was it the same, or?
Well, there was a Muslim guy in there, and they were attacking him. And I said something, and then Andrew, somehow they got on this, and they said, "Well, God is love." They said that whole phrase, and that's like my kryptonite. I like hate when people say that stuff. And I was just like, no, I don't agree with that at all. And then, Andrew proceeded to pepper me with like a bunch of scriptures, and I was like, but Andrew, that's talking about like a sacrificial kind of love. But I was trying to explain to him, it's not like the human love. Like people conflate these ideas, but they're not realizing that the text was written about specific things. It's the same way I feel when people like try to apply the theory of relativity to psychology. Like it's a physics problem. It's not meant for that. Like I understand that this kind of can be applied in other ways, but that's not how it's meant to be. And like if you want to make that connection on your own separately and write a paper about it and get it published, that's fine. But don't give that to someone else. Don't attribute that application to another person, especially not God, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, that's the thing about religion, though. Like, you can literally just interpret it any way you want. Everyone has a different interpretation of it, and no one can actually say that the way they interpret it is definitively wrong. So it's always going to be that way.
Oh, maybe it's always going to be that way, but like, I just feel like that sometimes we're definitely like changing what things are meaning. But maybe that's the nature of why God did it the way He did it, so that could be done. Maybe it's kind of like the Constitution, so that as time goes on, it is useful. I don't know. I haven't gotten there to ask Him yet. It's one of the things on the list of things.
So they get more worshipers.
What?
So they can get more worshipers. Like if I kind of make it open ended, then I can get more worshipers, get more followers. A lot of things. If you look at other religions, especially the ones preceding Christianity, even the polytheistic ones, they're kind of cut and dry on what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty very just straightforward. And the thing about Christianity is you could just throw it up to interpretation. So that means that it's more open to a lot of people because people can just perceive it a certain way to make themselves feel better. Yeah. Like if people actually took the Bible for what it is, very cut and dry, there wouldn't be a lot of Christians. A lot of people would be condemned for having kids out of wedlock. All the gays would be dead. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of gay people in church. There are very things that if you just look at the Bible for what it is in layman's terms that lay out very clear, concise ideologies for how God views certain things. Homosexuality is an abomination. They should be stoned. But they're not. And they worship God. And then somebody will come out of the woodworks and say, oh, well, you interpreted that verse wrong. And then because the Christianity needs more followers, right, because you can never have too many followers, somebody in the back of the room will say, yeah, I agree with you, yeah. Guess what? We just gained another follower. So that's how that is, you know what I'm saying? If you look at maybe Islam or something like that, those religions are a little bit more cut and dry. You know what I'm saying? If you're gay, you get stoned publicly. You know what I'm saying? So because those religions are a little bit more cut and dry, that's probably why they're looked at a little bit more harshly, and they don't have as many followers as Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all about marketability, to be honest with you. Religion is just marketability. And the reason Christianity has done fared better than most religions is because it's more marketable, because you can really skew it any way you want to sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means when an answer becomes, when something becomes the answer for literally everything, then right away you should take that as a red flag. Like, this is already sus. There's this is like a clue is telling you that this is not true.
So what's the topic about? Racism in USA and patriotism? What's up?
Who's that?
I'm just trying to respond to the topic. I was trying to see what exactly is it referring to.
It's kind of old. I think that's
when we got in here. I don't know what we're really talking about. I came in and I was chatting with my friends, but I don't know. We can talk about any of those things. They're all good topics. Do you think that patriotism is used as an excuse to hide racism? Anybody?
I mean, if we don't push back against like the shit that comes out of MAGA's mouth, then yeah, patriotism, American patriotism, just is racism. So, I mean, if we just let them say it, we don't push back, then that's what it is.
I think people on the left and people on the right have very different ideas of what patriotism is. I think people that's more towards the left probably believe that like correcting oneself or trying to make their country fairer to a larger group of people is somewhat patriotic.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's one young lady on here, she's Jewish, and she's very upset with like what the IDF does and a variety of other things that some things that is that are going on in Israel that she's very much against, and then her sort of stance is that the way she feels is that self-correction or trying to make things better for everyone is a form of patriotism. But she gets a lot of slack from other people that call her, quote unquote, self-hating Jew or something like this. So, and they view people and the people on the right see her point of view as, shameful and not cool, right? So. It depends how you view patriotism.
I think patriotism just means that like you love your country, and maybe but like where it gets weird is depends on what you think your country is. If you think your country is racism, then patriotism means racism.
I think where Matt is right is that Matthew's right is race. The idea that one wants to improve their country, exactly the same as patriotic. But the bigger point to which you're right is that's interpreted differently on the right and the left. The right has a knee-jerk reaction that we know is sort of the root patriotism, like any kind of I want to improve my country with criticism. Is it that, well, leave your damn country, man, if you don't like it, go back to wherever you're from. That kind of like white redneck criticism.
They think that everything should go back to the way it was. They feel like there's a perfect state.
Like wanting to improve your country is a very patriotic act, and I'm very left. Very much like what I would do as a patriot. Right? You would call out injustices and you would say, because I care about the country I live in, I want this to improve. Not because I think the country sucks. Make no mistake, there are large parts of our country that do suck. But it doesn't mean you hate the country, and then you're not a patriot. Because patriotism from the right is largely everyone to go back to their country with this very thin veil racism of that gets thrown in.
When it becomes a symbol of like something that is dark inside of us, like with the hatred, like manifesting like all the fears that people have about and all the anger that people have about like misuse resources, things like that. I feel like that when it becomes like a magnifying glass for this sort of healing and sentiment. it's hard to sort out. Like I saw that on the 4th of July myself. I was down about some of the ways that I watched this video about stuff that was going on about the toilet. And I ran into people that were doing really negative when they were at the fireworks and stuff like that. I just whenever you do watch it, we talk about I don't know. I think that sometimes when you love your country, you have to say, okay, I love my country, but I hate this. I hate what's happening right now with like the obvious corruption of the president and the trades that were made around his policies. I don't know if you guys saw that. Did y'all hear about that stuff? How many trades he made? How much money was made? Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of just and so many other things going on. I mean, about a month ago, they seemed to be like every other day. Just 2 months ago.
Well, they were supposed to have these people that watch like the plays and stuff. They're trying to change that. They're trying to change some SEC regulations right now. It's just like.
But it's harder to get rid of the person the day before, and then you lose transactions.
Yeah. But you're supposed to have 5 people that hit at all times. And 3 of them, only 3 can use in the same party. It's supposed to be. That's a requirement that you get into.
Which means a no 4 and 1 and no 5 and 0. Right?
Yes.
Oh, believe me, it could be a hell of a lot worse.
It can always be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's all relative compared to where it was.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love history, and human beings are completely insane. They'll see things. I remember one of the first books ever remembering in my life reading it was like, my dad was absolutely obsessed with the wars and the bad things that human beings do to each other, right? So he had shelves and shelves of books of like World War II. He was kind of obsessed with the Nazis, and I'm not saying he agreed with them, nothing like that. He was just like look at these great, look at what human beings can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's humans are dumb in groups.
I think that wedding picture of Andrew is
obviously breaking my heart.
And nervous.
And nervous, but I think well done.
I just wanted to see if Andrew is gay or not. He is. He has not reacted in any way or negative.
Was that your daughter going wait and that?
Yeah.
I've heard him say those things, but I would say he's not.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's married yet, though.
I assumed he was, but.
He had sex once and he regretted it.
Well, that is something married. I mean, that's part of the course of marriage.
That sounded very married.
It sounds like you're descriptive. It's low single digit number count or something like that.
I don't think he's ever been married.
I think she regretted it because there was sex at a wedlock. That's terrible. That is terrible. He's going to burn in hell for it. Can I get an amen, folks, ladies and gentlemen? Do you need guidance in your life? You need to follow Jesus.
What is that shit?
I said, hallelujah.
Oh, you know what song I came across recently? I think it's just so brilliant, man.
No.
The
song is so good.
Do you know the hook by Blues Traveler?
Oh yeah, that's a great song, dude.
So yeah, it's really interesting because the hook, the lyrics of the hook, it says basically, hey, listener, you have to look up these lyrics, maybe I'll come down there. It says, hey, listener, look, I'm gonna fuck with your head. This song doesn't mean anything at all.
Because the hook brings you back.
Yeah,
and you no lie, the hook brings you back.
Yeah, and he says, I'm not saying anything at all in the song, but how I say it makes you feel emotional. And then you're gonna wait for the hook, and the hook's gonna make you feel this way. And look, here comes the hook, and it draws attention to itself. And it says, look. Oh yeah. He's a great. That singer is amazing.
It's so catchy, it's killing me.
Yeah, and it's like, so you're grabbed emotionally by the song, and he's like, look, I'm just fucking with your head here. And I'm using, these chord progressions to make you feel this way. And it's like almost like a magician that's showing you the magic trick, and he's like, look, no matter how many times I show this to you and I explain it to you, you're still going to be surprised, right? And he shows it to you. And I was thinking, like,
for Jesus and no sex before marriage.
No, and then so, like, how we have this, everybody says, oh, the TV's, like, brainwashing and spring gut, and we know it's, like, it's all, it's all propaganda, right? But at the same time, it's propaganda, but it's still, not everybody, but it's still got their brains, even though we know it's shit. I don't know, I'll drop it down the bottom. It's an amazing song. Yeah.
Then you go drug, you know it's bad for you. It's like, people do it, though. Alcohol, all the time.
Yeah. It's fascinating. Because it's just like, look, here, I'm going to take control of your brain. This is how I'm going to do it. I'll explain to you how I do it. And I'm still going to get you.
I was just going to say, man, that's what makes me better than all that. Mischief. Mischievous. Oh, it's more than virtue signal. It's my general judgment of you all. It's a whole step beyond virtue signal. I am virtuous. That's not virtual signal. That's just y'all have no respect, and I do at all times. It's okay. You're not designed to be this good. Is that more theater?
I definitely do virtue signal.
I virtue signal.
Another time, I have to look at like, and I think it's just like being on Clubhouse. They like, if that's the only thing from I never let Clubhouse like affect my personal life. But like when I hear people talking Clubhouse, I often like, and it's just from like I've been in the military for 15 years, so I like look at sometimes Americans like they're so pathetic. Like I'll just be like irritated, like because I'll say certain things, and I'll be like, yo, you can only say that because you live in America, or you only think that because you live in America. And then like people will be so high and mighty and everything like that. Such a fucking like they're like, what ideals are you to be having in America? Or because you live in America, you have this, it's just black and white, and bad, and it's like, no, it's actually just a binary. There's so much in between that is based on perspective, and it's never based on, it's just clear, good and bad, it's all based on perspective, and the idea of being good and bad from an international perspective is entirely subjective. So
for speech. Years back. And then like the same day, the next day, it's like I'm starting with a little execution that just happened. Just I'm doing the bad guys. And it's like that. This is we're asking for I think this race and also in the arena. Yeah, like this now.
I think the bigger one is he just like these people are bad but so enough of thing is objective. You be bad guys to America. From an international perspective, you may not be bad, you may not be bad guys to another place. You know what I'm saying? Like and
comparatively, it was just like things changed.
Next movie is Jailhouse Rock.
Hello? I'm producing a new movie called Hello. It's by Big Back Production Incorporated, produced by Dr. Adams. It's a tale about a girl with a big back who kept saying hello. She wouldn't accept no for an answer, so she kept saying hello.
You used to be more creative. This is like the ChatGPT version of John Kitover.
That's true. I could create an actual paragraph around my movie. Hello. Augustus created an infographic one day called Hello. I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's genius.
Trump's going to Turkey to try to solve Ukraine-Russia war, saying Putin's on the ropes.
Susan.
And Lozinski wants peace. Next is the Charlie Kirk case, and the defense have one more sleeve. I gotta hear this.
Hello.
Monica's here. Monica. Hello.
Hello. A curious girl named Jazzy wandered the bustling streets of Clown House each morning, her bright eyes scanning the faces of strangers as if searching for a hidden puzzle. Whenever anyone approached with a question on Clown House, be it a simple greeting or a request for directions, she would tilt her head slightly, flash a mischievous smile, and respond with the same two words in an unwavering rhythm. Hello? Hello? It wasn't rudeness or confusion that drove her. Rather, it was her quiet rebellion against the world's expectations, a playful code that invited deeper conversations or left others bewildered. Over time, her peculiar habit drew a small circle of intrigued followers, turning ordinary encounters into enigmatic exchanges that lingered long after she waved goodbye and vanished around the next street corner on Clown House. Hello?
Actually, it would be cool to like make a custom GPT and have it only train on John Kitover's YouTube videos.
Well, there's great news. Graham Plattner has officially ended his campaign after a female caller let everyone know that he raped her.
Did he? Because the top headline on the New York Times says, calls mount for Plattner to end campaign.
Yeah, like major Democrats are denouncing and pulling their endorsements and saying he should not be in the party.
So Susan Collins is going to be the winner.
Susan takes it again. She's got 10 lives.
But she's not a true Republican.
It doesn't matter as long as this guy's not in, because he's a fucking, piece of shit. And he's got Nazi tattoos and he rapes women and sexually, I don't know, whatever his communication was on Reddit. But either way, he's gone. He's done. This killed his campaign. He's done. I mean, he raped a woman. Raped her.
JC kids don't care.
Bernie Sanders has pulled his endorsement. We were going to transform this country until I decided to endorse a rapist like Graham Plattner, a known neo-Nazi. Oh, Bernie Sanders can't even shave his face anymore without cutting it. The pickle farmer.
You agree with me, Free Palestine?
Free Palestine. Arabi kif halik habibi.
Habibi, brother, how are you doing? Good?
Everything is good, brother. I saw Palestine is going digital because they'll never have a country. They've decided to create an online digital country. And it's so exciting. Oh, Yasmin is here. Hello, Yasmin.
Yasmin.
Bird honks.
What's up?
Hello, حبيبتي ياسمين.
What's up? How are you?
What's up? How are you doing?
Hey, Yasmin. Hey, what's going on?
Chilling like a villain 24.
Yasmin, can you unblock me on Snapchat, please? Thank you.
I cannot, unfortunately, at this time, but maybe you could try again at a later date.
No more Snapchat for you, no friend.
Yeah, I gotta start limiting Clubhouse people, because every time I open an app on my phone, it's like I see the same people over and over again.
Same video, same face, huh?
and over again. These people. That's right.
Out of here. Okay.
I love rehearsing today. I also love thinking that's not smart. Was yeah, nobody's perfect. This platinum business besides your raped woman now and he had a Nazi tattoo. It's a clubhouse. It sounds like a cat party. That's what it sounds like. Isn't it in like a pretty solidly moderate area? Is it man? I don't know. If they wanna like a Nazi rapist, I think that it's time for the Democrats to be allowed to elect Nazi rapists because we allow it in Florida all the time. Right, you said that out. It doesn't matter. No, not them.
Fuck out of here. Take care of yourself.
I just appreciate that being a Nazi is no longer my worst fish. Everybody checks the guns. This is America. Nobody has a monopoly on being a rapist. Nobody has a monopoly on being a Nazi. We can all be Nazis and rapists. That's the beautiful thing about this country. You know, I don't like the way that I have look shaved, but if other people want to do that, more power to them.
game hasn't happened.
I just got to say that Clubhouse proves that people are gluttons for wasting time and repeating themselves as if they don't even know that they have said the same fucking thing 1,000 fucking times. What's wrong with people? Did they get kicked by a horse in the head? Hello?
I multitask, but I see what you're saying. There's a lot of repetition. Not in here. There's a lot of repetition.
Well, the God debate rooms are so repetitious and crazy that clearly the people who repeat themselves in those rooms never got the message about the good news. And so the problem really is books. I try to read a book every morning, and even if I don't have the comprehension or gain the knowledge, just reading out loud is like going to the gym. You're running a script through your brain, but when you come on Clown House and you just repeat the same old stupid opinions over and over and over and over, there's something wrong with you. You got nothing to do.
You read it out loud when you're by yourself?
Yeah, I read and I put it on YouTube, and so I'm killing two birds with one stone.
You sound kind of like a talk show host in Grand Theft Auto. Like when you're driving the car, listen to the different radio stations, and you get to the talk show stations. 100%. I was just playing that today, and one of the talk shows came up, and they were talking about legalizing cocaine or something. But the voice, I was like, is that him? It actually is one of the things that brought me on Clubhouse today.
It's funny. It is funny.
Yeah.
So obviously you're excited for the new one.
Very. I pre-ordered.
Mm-hmm. I'm not, just in case they decide to release a disc version, which is possible. I'll get it anyway, but
I'm just a boy, and I want to play my game. So. Hello, Beth. Hello, Rico. Shalom, Goyen. I'm like grayish.
I mean, I was in a room.
Jewish than the average American who claims to be Native American is Native American.
Well, you know, there's a lot of Jews that don't read books, but yet they claim they're Jewish. There's a lot of Jews that say they're atheists, but they're still Jews and they don't believe in God. It's like, oh, really? Well, you've negated your Judaism by saying there is no God. Your whole existence is dependent upon this one God concept. But you want to play your little game and say, I'm an elite intellectual. There's no such thing as an invisible sky god. But there's also these things called books that you don't read and you don't understand the analogies, the metaphors. And it's not all literal. It's psychological.
I do read books. I like to read books, but I also enjoy being the genre of atheist who's not a Reddit atheist.
Well, just so you all know, I'm Jewish. People from Clubhouse University told me that. I'm white and I'm Jewish. So I'm just rolling with it. I told them that at the Methodist Church, I don't think I can come here anymore because apparently I'm a Jew.
You know, I don't know if they make Jews with your accent, Beth. Maybe they do.
Yeah, I'm a little, might be, who knows? I don't know. Somebody told me that on here, that I was Jewish, and I was white.
Ready for what?
3, 2.
Joyce, do you have insight as to whether or not they make Jews with Beth's accent?
I was trying to think if I've ever met a Jew who had like a very southern accent. There's certainly Jews in the South, but I don't know about that accent.
Yes. Well, I know of a few who have southern accents, but most of them have Texan accents.
I'm gonna wear it.
Like there was a gubernatorial candidate when I was
on television.
a minor.
And an application.
I think he ran on the Libertarian Party, and
I'm gonna be a contestant.
his surname was Friedman. I think he went by Pinky,
but you'll see
was
how
what he
proud
went
you
by.
are when you see your mother in
And he was an old
television
Jewish
shoes.
What is the big deal
outlaw
about being on
rock,
television?
outlaw
Those you taking
country
a kill you
kind
before you
of
ever get on, for Christ's
artist,
sake.
and he ran on the Libertarian ticket, if I recall correctly.
Did you see who had the best seat? I'm somebody now.
Not to mention that my last name, which my name is my real name. I mean, this is my married name. But it's very German. So.
Well, there are a lot of Jewish surnames that are very German.
I am very white, and I guess I'm Jewish because my best friend's Jewish. So I guess so. I just roll with.
Beth, have you ever had Manischewitz? I guess not, because it.
What?
Have you had Well, it doesn't sound like you know what Manischewitz is, even though you're supposedly extremely white and Jewish. Manischewitz is a non-alcoholic wine. You might want to try the non-alcoholic version. It could do wonders for you.
Manischewitz, they also do square matzo and soups and other holiday foods. No.
I mean, I'm interested. I'm in bed watching a movie, but my friend, she never has even given me any Jewish food, so I'm kind of lost in the world.
Respectfully to the Jews, I don't think that you're missing out too much.
It's a lot of work being an Orthodox Jew. You have any idea how much work you got to put for? It's like your whole life is just doing stuff. You can never not do nothing.
You're right, Therese, if I'm wrong. Beth, I would like for you to try gefilte fish.
Well, that's gross, but I was going to say Jewish food is very good. Go find a kosher restaurant near you, Beth. I'm sure the food is great.
Heard fish. I don't eat. I'm not sure what you're trying to get me.
You're not a fan of fish?
Potato pancakes is good.
Gefilte fish, it's an Ashkenazi delicacy.
Have you had chopped liver?
I don't know. No. When I picked up my best friend's daughter from Hebrew school, we go to Chick-fil-A. So I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
It's crazy how much if you get just if you just get the chicken salad at Chick-fil-A, the bag they give you with all the plastic, you're like, holy shit, I'm going to destroy the world with a chicken salad.
I always get just a spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. In fact, I think I'm going to do that this evening. Thank you for the idea, Beth.
So this little shit, she leaves there from Rabbi. Well, I think Jeff pulled it up one time. He's not actually a rabbi yet. He's a rabbi in training. But she'll leave and be like, Auntie Beth is take me to Chick-fil-A, and we're going to get bacon on the chicken. And I'm like, you little fucktard. Get on the golf cart. Be quiet. Yeah. She's not a very good Jew. I have to say it. But
Beth, you're Jewish and you're extremely white. It's up to you to save the Jewish race, Beth.
no, my best friend's little kid, she is dual citizenship. She has citizenship in Israel and America. Out of all how many kids are there? Yeah, she's the youngest of four. But she's a brat, man. She battles up against Hebrew school. She doesn't like going there. She's like, only when they have like that little, during the summer, they'll do like the swimming stuff, and that's the only time she likes to go there.
Well, we've had a lot of rain in Chicago over the past couple days, and for 50 years, the city of Chicago has dug a giant reservoir underground tunnel system to prevent flooding. But guess what? The liberal progressive Democrats refuse to use it because they don't want the spill off into the river and all the pollution with the wastewater. So guess what? They flood your homes and destroy your house for the sake, to be environmentalists. Hello?
Belgium's winning 3-1 now.
The guy that I ran against in Congress, he's like a huge FIFA soccer fan, and he's like a congressional delegate or something to FIFA. And I just keep commenting, no one gives a fuck about soccer. We care about our property taxes and our income taxes. Do you ever talk about those things? Or is everything just feel-good propaganda? Hello?
I mean, I can't stand soccer. I think it's one of the most boring sports in the world. But I'll have to tell you, it has brought a ton of money into the United States. And if we're going to up some of our companies and restaurants that probably couldn't have survived after COVID, cool, bring it here. I'll watch it. Turn on every TV, your 19 TVs in your restaurant, and it draws in people, go for it. That's the way I feel about it. I don't even like to look at it, but it's making people money.
But at what expense, Beth? What's the return on investment? Because guess what? Congress appropriated $625 million to throw a fucking soccer match? The country's $200 trillion in debt? What's another billion for fucking soccer? Hello? Additionally, $250 million in counter unmanned aircraft systems to prevent terrorist drone attacks, and $100 million from the Department of Transportation for public transit enhancement in host cities. So we actually spent $1 billion fucking dollars hosting a soccer match. Was that a good return on investment for the little restaurants that survived COVID, Beth?
What I watched this weekend, and I spent time with Clubhouse Meetup. These people came into the United States to watch their countries play soccer, and then they also spent more money to let their little guys go play baseball up against Americans. And I'm watching money move quicker than anybody can see. I was like, holy shit. I mean, these people are not coming here with no money in their pockets. They have spent a ton of money.
Well, I'm 40. I'm 43 years old. I don't know how old you are, but I have to say we are watching civilizational collapse in America. The country's completely broke. Every state and every city is completely broke. But here we are spending $1 billion on soccer as if we're never going to stop spending and we're never going to pay down the debt. Say goodbye to America.
That's so negative.
It's accurate.
The question being,
It's accurate.
were you able to afford to put some food in your belly today? That's the question.
That's a question. Has nothing to do with our national debt. Has nothing to do with our trillion, 1.2 trillion or 100 billion a month in interest expense that we pay, and now foreign interest expense recipients are at an all-time high. The country's being sucked dry by international parasites. We can't get our spending in order because as soon as the Democrats come back to power, they'll just blow the deficit up even more. We need real change in this country. We can't keep living like this. It's madness.
Getting sucked dry.
I don't know. You tell me. How do you feel when the spirit gets sucked right out of you? Do you feel good?
Generally speaking, yeah.
Can you confirm that, Derisive?
What?
I mean, I'm very political, and I am very right-wing conservative, but some of the nonsense that gets talked on this app, how does that actually affect your livelihood? I want to know. I want to hear the truth. Because, honestly, if you're able to drive your car on a paved road and pay your taxes, have a home, how is all this nonsense affecting you? Let the people that are way above all of our pay grades deal with it.
Yeah, I can share a little bit. I have to sometimes remove myself from the app and heavy discussions, especially about politics and stuff, because it is over my pay grade. I think there's a healthy way for us to read the news and express our views, but I think it gets to a point where we're that thing, the camel chewing the chewed. You know, like you're just cutting your tongue up. There's blood in it. You think it's like, wow. Let's say like, oh, well, we're drinking something good, but it's actually just cutting your own mouth up. It really is disturbing.
Thank you for that word salad.
I get it though. I've deactivated twice in the last 3 days. I come right back though, but yeah, I get it. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, you did. I feel bad for Beth. She's really nice, very sweet.
Did she leave? Why did she leave?
Because nobody was laughing at her jokes.
No, they were jokes. I thought she was being serious.
I'm guessing she needed a disco nap.
A what?
A disco nap.
Disco. I've never heard of that before.
You haven't? It's like when you were like partying in the morning and then you take a nap in the middle of the day so that you can party again at night.
No, I love it.
Yeah, but it's 10 o'clock at night.
Are y'all nappers? Because I'm not at all. I can't take naps
I
for some
can
reason.
I can nap once in a while.
I wish I could. I really wish I could, because my mom could do it like clockwork every day, and she'd be good to go for the whole evening afterward.
My mother would only do them on the weekends, but like she would take her nap at like noon.
For how long? Like an hour?
Sometimes 2 or 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, do you plan on doing anything productive today? Like feeding your kids or walking your dog? Nope.
I got a question for you, Florida man. If you were the president of the United States of America, what would your top three priorities be for we the people?
Removing dark money from politics, changing voting laws, and universalizing laws of taking somebody's life and justifications for doing so into the U.S. Penal Code. What would yours be?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Did you say three priorities or just one priority?
One would be removing dark money from politics. 2 would be changing voting laws to allow for like ranked choice voting. And 3 would be federalizing, universalizing whatever the laws are regarding taking somebody's life and the legal defenses for doing so.
Did you like not take English in college or high school because it's not very like clear or succinct or definitive or specific. It's kind of like an alphabet soup. Like, did you eat Cheerios and SpaghettiOs growing up? Hello?
Hello? No. Did you not understand what I said? Because that sounds like a you problem.
Hey, I used to eat Cheerios with bananas in it all the time. What's wrong with Cheerios and bananas?
I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's very healthy.
Well, yeah, I think Anna and I are not so far off. So we grew up where like it was okay to like feed children shit. And so, Anna, were you a regular Cheerios or honey nut Cheerios?
Oh, regular.
Okay, I would change it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, back to what your three priorities are. One is get certain types of money out of our elections, money that you don't like. And 2, it was, I don't even know. And the third one was something about universal, like abortion or something. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Florida, it was not succinct. It wasn't definitive or clear.
You weren't listening. You were expecting like cookie cutter kind of answers, and you didn't get what you were expecting, so you lost interest and stopped listening.
Well, what I'm saying is people won't vote for you based on the three stupid priorities that you have, because that's really shitty leadership with your stupid choices there. As it does not serve we the people. Have you heard about cutting taxes, income taxes, cutting property taxes significantly? Those are the things that people, live and die by and care about, not your three horrible priorities.
You were expecting me to talk about. Do you know what ranked choice voting is?
No, I don't. I do not know what rank choice voting is. Go ahead and explain it to me. Thank you.
It's not my job to educate you, Ryan. It's my job to answer I know he knows what it is.
I do not know what ranked choice voting is. I'm going to have to Google it.
Did you say he's not retarded? He may not be retarded, but he's not stupid.
He may be retarded, but he's not stupid.
I often tell people I am retarded.
I know you do.
I know. We know that you're actually brilliant.
Yeah.
Ranked choice voting would be a net win for democracy.
Exactly.
It would be good. You don't want democracy?
What type of voting?
They don't. They think that liberalism is bad, democracy is bad, because the Democrats hijacked the word.
It's classical liberalism, though.
Yeah, like democracy is, I think it's a good thing, but I think it's important that it's not only like select people voting. Like if we vote, like the entire like neighborhood should.
Yeah, but ranked choice voting eliminates the two-party system issue that everybody hates in this country. The right and the left hate it.
I was just at a little like mini gay pride festival, and they are trying to get ranked choice voting passed in Michigan, and they had a table set up. They had a table set up for it, and I went and talked to them because I really only have a very cursory understanding of this, and it sounds like a good idea because I really wish there were more substantive ways to dismantle the two-party system. Although I'm suspect of it because it's advertised as being a nonpartisan issue, but it's clearly not because it's
a bipartisan issue.
It is.
Okay. It's clearly not. It's clearly like the progressive types who are pushing for this. And when I went there and sort of asked,
was the academics, not necessarily exclusively progressives, although definitely weighed in.
From my view. So I go there and I talk to them. They're explaining the specifics to me. Again, it sounds good, but I'm always so weary when people present a political issue as nonpartisan or bipartisan, whatever. But like clearly it is. And they seem to have as a rehearsed talking point that at least three of them, who I was talking to a few of them at various times, at least three of them specifically said verbatim, well, Zohran Mamdani, would have never gotten in if it weren't for ranked choice voting. And I said to one of them, I said, do you think this is a selling point to me?
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
Do you think I'm for communist revolution? And they're like, well, the people of New York clearly are. Okay. Say that, says the young one.
You're gonna get that from the gays whenever the gays are talking about it. But it is in fact a step towards founders' intent. The two-party system as it exists is a much more modern problem for the United States than most people realize. But all it does is it allows you to put in order the people that you would support. So you can cast your vote for you like this person and some of their policy issues the most, but you aren't confident that they're going to win, so you also vote for this other person whose policy issues you also like, and then that makes it so that the people that the majority of people can kind of agree on end up being the people that are in positions of authority, which opens the door for third parties to be able to actually enter the conversation on a broader scale in general, which is better for executing the people's will. Now, if you don't want the people's will to be executed, then that's a different matter entirely. But when we have a representative democracy, it is important for our representatives to be representing the things that we, the people, actually care about.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with way that you phrased it, but to put it more succinctly, it's like it changes the dynamic of voting from voting for the lesser of two evils to choosing the candidates that you most align with in order of how much you align with them.
Exactly.
Therefore, the candidates who the most people most align with on a weighted scale will turn out to be the predominant winners.
Which is a good thing. It probably would lead to more moderate conservatives being in office.
Yes.
I don't know. I think if that were the case, it wouldn't be the progressive types who are pushing this. I think...
Well, again, the progressives live in this deluded world where they believe that the democratic socialists are going to be winning and taking everything by storm.
That seems to be the trajectory.
But maybe in certain blue bubbles, like you might see... Well,
I don't know.
You might see on your city...
a guy who's like a Mamdani clone is about to win the Senate in Michigan.
Yeah, but you might see in these lower level positions, you might see more of these people that are pushing for infrastructure reform and pushing for this on a local level, which generally speaking, the people like, or these people wouldn't be ending up in positions of authority in great big cities. But it's okay to have a mayor that wants to fix the potholes and also thinks that we need to have single-payer healthcare nationwide, but they don't have the authority to do that, right? It opens the door for you to be able to vote more selectively based on the things that those people are actually going to be influencing. And it is a win for the educated vote, for the people who pay attention to who they are voting. And I think that I don't know, I don't see Mamdani doing a bunch of terrible things. Okay? I know that there are a lot of people who don't do that. Right, like if he wants to be, to do all of these things, he also de facto is a person who's never going to be able to end up on a presidential ticket. You think that should be free? I don't have an issue with it. It's also in New York.
This pisses me off, actually. So, I know, like, this is sort of, like, a lot of fun, like, types of because, like, the first thing I saw about it was the absolute worst people you know are about to lose their shit about this. But, like, I'm an animal lover. I think animals should be cared for and kept for. But I also think if you don't have the financial means to support an animation film, and if you are a responsible pet owner, you have the money to pay a professional trainer if it needs it. Some animals are very difficult to train. You have the money like around so that if it needs expensive surgery, you can pay for it. And this would frequently happen in New York City. People would like, because they can't afford more places because the housing is so new, it's too expensive. You could like roommate situations or things like that, and then you would move to a new apartment. Everyone also moves all the time, and it would be no pets parties. So people would have to put on, Craigslist or Facebook or whatever. I need somebody to read home back then. It's like you're not even secure enough in your own life, and that means financially fatigued. That you don't have stable housing that you can count on. You should not have been in that many.
Yeah, fun. But it's also in New York City enough for people trying to pick up some New York City. And I don't care what mayors of other cities do. I care what the mayors of the cities do.
Did you hear what I just said? One of these said is the U.S. Senate.
Sure. But once the Senate actually controlling, then there's going to be a drawback. What's that person's policy platform? Because their stated ideology is, typically speaking, not aligned with what is going to actually get implemented, A, and B, if the majority of people in the state want that person and their policy platform, I don't think it's a bad thing. But I also think that the think what happens if you implement ranked choice voting is that you end up with a lot more moderate wins. And I think that moderate wins are the key to stability in any nation. The more moderates you have, the better things are. I think that were the case. I'm optimistic about it. I think it's exactly the opposite of what we talked about six times. But it's a dark horse. Yeah, it's a 6 times. Do you guys want to pay 10:30? Does that sound good? Fair enough. Like, the de facto president in the majority of America's mind is a moderate Republican, which is why when people get pissed off, you see a Democrat win, and maybe that Democrat's really popular like Obama was, and he wins twice, but then as soon as that administration's over, what does America do? They vote a conservative back in. In Joe Blow America's mind, your average everyday person, your de facto president is going to be a conservative. They prefer a moderate. For local politics, they're local politics. For the legislature, I think that the legislative elections are more important. But if they're more important, why not make it so that those representatives are representing the majority of their constituents?
I asked Grok about why progressives support ranked choice voting. It's so fucking confusing to me. Reading the explanation about the spoiler effect and majorities. It's very lengthy, and it shouldn't be this complicated to determine who our leaders are. It seems pretty fucking easy to me to go in there and pick.
It is pretty fucking easy. If you're just not smart enough to understand how ranked choice voting math works, then you just need to go back to like 5th grade, because you've been doing ranked choice voting in some capacity your entire fucking life.
Well, not in the way that Maine does it. But what my complaint is that since you've never actually run for a congressional campaign or the mayoralship or committee person.
Party, so that's
Oh, I've never been kicked out of my state's party either because, anyways, the point is that the petition process and even getting on the ballot is so highly controlled. Most candidates that want to lead and reform or change or help, they simply can't get on the ballot because lawyers and judges pick and choose who the fuck our leaders are. We don't have a real democracy. We don't have a real representative republic. We have a legal, political, industrial complex. Hello?
I do agree with that.
Brigham, your point would have been received better if you had ended it with a rhetorical question like, hello?
Yeah, that's my issue.
The longer that I've sat and thought about ranked choice voting deeply, the fewer issues I have with it. The only issue that ever comes up with it is what Ein was just saying, which is like, oh, it's confusing and I don't understand how people actually win. And for those people, I say, I don't want you voting anyway.
Well, the other thing is that if that ends up becoming the system, it will be taught in class how it works. Whether or not students pay attention in class, you can't help. But
it's not that hard. Hey, here's 5 flavors of ice cream. Rank them in your order of favorite to least favorite.
Right. And you can still abstain from giving a person a vote.
If you really hate pistachio and want to fucking count it out entirely, just vote for the 4 that you like the most and least most.
Right.
complicated my ass.
Hey, have you guys? Hey, good evening, everybody. By the way, good evening. Hello.
Hello, Jabelli. What the fuck do you want?
Jabelli speaks and everyone leaves the room. Jesus Christ.
Shit, man. My bad. No, I wondered if you guys watched like the last World Cup match.
What?
The last World Cup match.
Guy to El Salvador.
I'm sorry, Florida.
Somebody needs to deport you to El Salvador.
To El Salvador? What am I going to do in El Salvador?
I hear they have beautiful hotels with bars on the doors.
And deport me from where exactly?
This room.
Yes, listen, Florida. I don't know. Maybe
I agree. I would like to also recommend that the moderators reject Jabelli, take this anti-Semitic, low IQ, highly annoying person, and kick him to the goo or to the hallway. Jabelli, I hate you. You are a highly annoying person. And whenever I hear your voice, I go, ugh, God, why do people even communicate with this person? Why does anybody even sit here and listen or even talk with you? It just blows my mind. Hello?
It's fun to talk politics with.
I really don't understand.
That's about the World Cup match.
Yeah, I wanted to like come in with like a regular. You know what? I'm the son of a bitch trying to have a normal conversation with you. Go fuck yourself.
You're a son of a bitch, that's for sure.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, man. Well, I just asked you about like a normal topic, and then Florida. I swear to God, this is why we're gonna replace you. Wallahi lazim.
Anyways, you have 17 cell phones sitting on your desk right now. They may or may not all be the same and the same color, but assuming that they're not, I want you to rank those 17 cell phones in order of your favorite to least favorite. And you can choose only 6 if you want. Can you handle that? If you can handle that, you can handle ranked choice voting.
Well, my concern is Grok's response about ranked choice voting is so lengthy that I just don't understand why it's not a simplistic response. Instead, it's incredibly complex. And my complaint.
I'm make an analogy at a 4th grade level for you, and I promise it'll be as simple as what I just told you.
Well, I don't know if you know this about me, but I am retarded. But
you're not stupid.
Well, I have Down syndrome genetics. And so when I'm presented with your top 3 priorities and they don't even get me excited in the slightest, well, I just got to say, maybe it's not a me problem. Maybe it's a you problem.
Brigham seems to be on board with number 2 at least. What about number 1, Brigham, getting dark money out of politics?
Yeah.
What about you, Derisive, getting dark money out of politics?
What do you mean specifically? It sounds like a nebulous term.
Yeah, largely the idea that like people can just donate to some corporation and then the corporation can write a blank check on behalf of those donors in its own fucking LLC name to a political committee like the RNC of America or the DNC of America. You don't know whose money was involved in that $15,000 contribution.
Yeah. Generally, if you're asking if I want large-scale campaign finance reform, the answer is yes.
Okay, great. What about you?
Yes.
Well, there we go. This seems to be a bipartisan issue.
I have heard a compelling argument that money needs to stay in politics. This is not my perspective, but essentially the viewpoint was, if money is just stripped out of the political election process entirely, it becomes a system like France has, where it's just a bunch of people who are continually voting for bigger governments and bigger beneficiary states, and the actual industries, which are the drivers of production of the economy, their sort of quote-unquote voice gets silenced because all they have is money. They don't have like a raw amount of people who are going to be championing their causes, but these are the big drivers of the economy. So anyway, in essence, the money that gets poured into politics is actually the necessary friction in these cases that sort of move along the engines of democracy or capitalism or both.
I think that you can move that money into a different place, though. So, if you are a corporation and you have something that you think people really should care about, then you have the opportunity to put that to people's attention. And it is political, but it's not the same thing as we are influencing the politicians to act on our behalf as corporations, because corporations are not people.
Right, and if Brigham is the CEO of a corporation and wants to host a conference that advocates for his political persuasion, and then we all attend, and he asks us all to contribute $5,000 each on behalf of whatever his cause is, and he's required to keep a ledger, and we are required to send checks to the organization of his choosing under our own names, and there's like clear, defined, very obvious sort of record keeping involved with who is responsible for said money and influence. This is the type of fucking campaign finance reform that I'm talking about when I say getting dark money out of politics. Transparency.
I'm on that page. I don't think that money needs to leave politics. I think that we need to make it so that the politicians themselves are not being swayed by secret agendas that aren't able to be inspected. And I think that they shouldn't be able to come from business entities.
Who's Anne? Is it Anne?
It's me, John.
No, it's fucking, what's his name?
Kitover.
Oh.
But see, I like to play the devil's advocate and say, what if we just separated economy and state completely in the same way that we don't have a state religion? Why do we have a state economy? I mean, it's supposed to be capitalism, and it's not capitalism in the slightest. 40-50% of our economy is all because of federal funding and federal borrowing. So that's the thing, is when you compare communism versus capitalism or socialism versus quasi-capitalism, if you can't address the separation of state and economy, which is basically the concoction between Congress and the Federal Reserve, and you see how much the top congressional people raise every year. Like Susan Collins has already raised $10 million just for this campaign, and go back throughout her whole career. Like, look at Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders is a unicorn. He has raised $800 million plus since 2000, and it's mostly from big pharma. Same with Elizabeth Warren. So the big event truly was COVID-19. That blew our deficit and our national debt to the outer limit. So if we're accumulating $2 trillion a year in deficit and debt, and COVID was way bigger than that, which, you know, that those years is like, our deficit is like $4 trillion, $5 trillion a year. So I'm just saying that we live in this artificial, fake capitalist society that we keep thinking it's so far from capitalism. We are the modern day Soviet Union.
I agree with you that it's far from capitalism, but I a certain amount for like 20 or 30 years already. Maybe 20, right? Because Clinton actually did a pretty good job of balancing the budget. But that's a topic for another conversation. But if we want to sit here and talk about national debt being out of hand for like a good amount of years already before COVID, I would say it was already at the outer limits. And the bubbles burst, and we're just continuing to fucking blow fucking air into the burst bubble at this point. That's number one. Number two, real, true, unfettered, laissez-faire capitalism has this sort of effect that we're already seeing, but only exponentially worse, where the capitalists who have the most amount of capital will always be able to continue to purchase and buy up and consume more of the capital for themselves. It is truly a rich eat the poor, big eat the small, corporations eat the people sort of system of governance, which at a grand scale, true laissez-faire capitalism does that. Although I also consider myself favorable to capitalism over like socialism or communism, I understand the need for checks and regulations and some sort of a mixed hybrid sort of approach to government.
Yes.
Well, see, if you were the leader and you had to come up with a solution to liberate your people, because liberation theology is all the rage, right? Well, if every American is $450,000 in debt to their federal and state governments, which is pretty close to being accurate, if a leader emerged and said, hey, I want a debt jubilee, and the world is going to collapse, the economy, the Wall Street, it will all collapse temporarily, because we've now basically bankrupted all the banks and all the creditors internationally. But we still have the biggest mafia military on the planet. So we can technically do that. But if you talk to a liberal, socialist, progressive who wants to go communist, they can only achieve their lofty goals by utilizing Congress and the Federal Reserve to expand the currency and debt even further. My proposal would liberate, but also more accurately create a real sustainable economy and create more abundance for everyone, because it's not artificial in the way that they want to do it. My magic secret is we actually declare bankruptcy and become insolvent. And the way we save the country is by deporting all the illegals and allowing foreign investment to come in, and we control the illegal alien migrant population as laborers that come in the same way that Israel does it with Palestinians to build Israel. We have to control our environment, because right now the environment is controlling us, and it has been doing that for 26 years. George Bush, after 9/11, destroyed this country by going all in and conquering 7 countries overseas and bankrupting us and creating this never-ending military-industrial complex, big pharma, vaccine war economy. The economy cannot be based on war and vaccines. That's fucking suicide for America and for the world.
What do you think was the cause in 2020 of the majority of that deficit? Do you think it was the vaccines?
Corporate welfare, perhaps?
It was specifically the CARES Act and
Yeah.
the COVID-19 relief funding,
both
of which were enacted by the conservative that allegedly was supposed to get the budget on track. That was one of the campaign promises back in 2016.
Well, the PPP loan, that was $1 trillion scam. They say that got ripped off by like $800 billion, and everybody, including your mother, got fucking is being brought up on charges for that shit still today. And there's tens of thousands of scofflaws out there that owe the U.S. government fucking hundreds of billions. That program was $1 trillion program that got scammed. That was one of the biggest consumer frauds. But the corporate fraud with Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, and the 100 other vaccine manufacturers that mass produced the COVID-19 vaccine and all the boosters, there was a lot of money there. I've pulled all these numbers, and recently my Instagram account got deleted because you can't say that Barry Soetoro, Obama's husband, is trans. That is verboten. You cannot say that. That is one of the censorship oligarchs' greatest fears, that you would dare criticize Obama, who's now rated as the most favorable politician of all fucking human history, and his husband, Michelle, aka Michael. So
I'm just saying that Michelle Obama is trans is retarded.
It's not retarded. It's not retarded.
I don't. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Brigham, the LGBT. It's not. Listen, the LGBTQ trans movement is so popular and so pronounced that to think that his husband is not possibly actually an engineered CIA MK Ultra experiment, that Obama and George C. The fact that Michelle and George Bush. Hold on one sec. The fact. Hold on one sec. Brigham, please hold. Brigham, please hold. Hold. Brigham, you'll have to explain something then to me. How the fuck does George Bush and Michelle Obama sit there and giggle over Altoids when they are war and vaccine criminals to the highest degree possible? And you mean to tell me that George Bush Sr. didn't install Barack Hussein Obama because he was his pet project, their CIA socially acceptable white Protestant racist guilt ploy for hope and change? Brigham, the guy was installed. He's not an authentic grassroots president. He is a CIA installed asset. And he became CIA right out of college. You can go to his Wikipedia. He worked for Business International Corporation, which was a CIA front group and think tank. And so don't assume that you think you know everything just because you get your cock sucked, and get it drained by other men. That doesn't make you an intellectual giant.
By one other man at this current moment. But the thing is that it is evident that Michelle Obama is not a man. I don't even have an argument for it because it is such a ludicrous allegation. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, and in a laissez-faire capitalist society, Meta reserves every right to revoke your account for saying shit that they don't like it to be saying on their platform. Which, by the way, if they allowed you to spew on their platform, and if they were to propagate it, if they were to push it, if they were to propel it to other people on the platform, they could potentially be held liable for your misconduct.
We'll see.
Well, not necessarily when it comes to public figures, because public figures are kind of in this nuanced area where the slander laws don't necessarily.
See, it's not slander when you have proof. But I have proof. I 100% have proof that Michelle Obama is trans, and I'm about to show it to you. I'm gonna take. I'm putting it on my PTR. You're gonna fucking shit yourself when you see the truth. Michelle Michael does trans story time. He does trans story time. I'm updating the proof on my PTR. Please hold. Okay, look at my PTR. There's the proof. Michelle is not what you think, and I'll tell you why. Because for many years, we have been seeing highly professionally adjusted and manipulated photos. Life is a stage, and you guys are just little fucking mosquitoes. Admit it. You have no power, no money. You're not on the stage. All I'm trying to say is life is this fucking giant psyop that you are born into, and you think you guys are know-it-alls. The fact that you guys can talk down to me and say, oh, here we go with the trans, but you guys talk as if you're know-it-alls. I mean, I asked Florida, what would your top 3 priorities be?
Derangement syndrome. It's bizarre.
Brigham.
Like I
Brigham, it's not transgender derangement syndrome. She is doing trans story time with the Reading Rainbow guy. It's right there. Look at my PTR. Look at it. Just look at it. Now I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to show you another photo that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that this is a man and that we have all been lied to with highly glossed photos and airbrush photography. It's true. You've all been manipulated and lied to with fake images. I'm showing you unadulterated images. PTR number 2, the evidence.
The last time
PTR, the evidence submitted number 2.
in this country.
Probably in the 90s, because the Bill Clinton.
No.
Please hold. I didn't finish answering.
It was 01.
I didn't finish answering.
2000 and in 99 and 98.
Okay, Brigham, you're a fucking genius. Let me ask you this. Who are the only presidents that didn't have a stock market that went up, but went down during the presidency? Go ahead, big shot. Fucking know-it-all faggot. Let's hear it.
I'd say probably Biden and Trump. But
well, you're going to have to Google it because you're wrong, faggot. It's Richard Nixon, and it's Richard Nixon. That's who.
Carter maybe.
No, dude. I just told you who. Richard Nixon. And guess what he did? He took us off the fucking gold standard, and there was no growth. But guess who got all the growth in 00? Bill Clinton, the guy who supposedly balanced the budget, yet we still had trillions in debt. And guess how all these internet stocks, the bubble took off. Guess how? It was called quantitative easing. The Federal Reserve was doing quantitative easing for Bill Clinton.
Running a multi-hundred billion surplus.
The idea that there could have been a current debt and a future potential for wiping debt based on whatever the current tax policies and budgeting standards were that were passed by his Congress and Senate. That's what people are referring to, not the idea that all of a sudden the balance was zero and nullified. It was the idea that, like, hey, over the long term, over the next 10 years, which I believe is what these budgets allow for, the debt will be minimized or reduced. And reducing the debt year by year over the course of 10, 20 years, that's what people consider balancing a budget. Like when you go on a spending spree and you're accumulating $1,000 more in debt every year, 10 years later, you're $10,000 in debt. You change your spending habits to now only be losing $700 per year, or rather earning $700 per year instead of spending an extra $1,000. You will eventually wipe that $10,000 debt out. That's called balancing the budget. Not we can't call it a balanced budget until we're zero in debt. That might have been a word salad, but I'm sure you're not stupid.
No, I am retarded, and that was a big word salad. Listen, gentlemen, I just like to come here to mock people. And I know that's a character flaw of and people accuse me of violating people's personal privacy, but I say life is short. And I just really want to say that I hope you guys don't waste too much time on this app. And what you listen to is very important. And if all you do is listen to retards on this app, you yourself could possibly be retarded. And if you suffer from Down syndrome, well, I have a new Down syndrome band that you guys are going to love that I discovered on YouTube. They do some far out cosmic meditations. I don't know if you guys have actually seen this band that I'm talking about, but I have realized,
Florida, what are you up to this evening?
That I just really like Down syndrome music because I realize that most music out there actually sucks anyways. So why not just listen to Down syndrome people play music? Hello? I got kicked! We'll be back.
That's it. There's an entire ant colony with 100,000 ants. You're like, I smashed one.
Rich gets a new account every fucking maybe day.
Had nothing to do with the complexities and the nuances. He understood the entire conversation. If you struggle to, Steve, I suggest that you fucking look up the whole spectrum thing again. You know what I'm talking about. See someone about it.
I still don't think Day understand what your family unit is. I heard every word that you said. I understood every word that you said. But I don't know how many blood siblings you have. I don't know how many adopted family members you had. But I was listening. I was in the audience and listening to every word. And I don't think Day understands either. I don't think anybody does.
So I think those questions are maybe questions that you wanted to ask Steve, that you were curious about, that weren't being answered because they were in your head in the goo. They, at no point did they ask me how many blood relatives I had. At no point did he ask me how many non-blood adopted relatives I had. At no point. So maybe those were questions you wanted answered and frustrated that I didn't read your little fucking Zionist brain and answer them for you while you're in the goo. But in no point or shape or form did they ever ask those questions, Steve. So how can I be accused of being not succinct for not answering questions that were only in your head in the goo?
These questions aren't in my head. You're making shit up again. I don't have any questions about your family unit. I have no questions about I don't have any questions about how many siblings you have by blood or how many you have by adoption or how you define a sibling. I don't have any questions.
What are you saying? You convoluted when I'm not being conversation.
Because it was like pulling fucking teeth. He didn't get it for 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, he finally said, oh, I think I get it, but I don't think he did. And I don't think he does.
Hey,
and I can prove it if you want me to. I can prove it.
I know, but we're big Mike in this like IDF soldiers.
Well, then let's move on to something else if you don't want a big Mike.
I just want to give Mark a chance to jump in here. That's all, Steve. Easy with the segment.
I would love Mark to jump in. It's fine with me.
We were just talking about spanking. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good parenting? Is it lazy parenting? What's your take?
No, we weren't just talking about spanking.
Should I say something? Did you guys know that pretty much all the other animals in the world, no matter what size they are, they get cancer about the same rate as humans?
We discussed spanking for about 2 minutes. There was a lot of other shit that we were talking about before and after. But we did talk about spanking for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know that's Cypher's favorite subject.
Yes, Cypher's talked about it for years, and he's always been against it. Admittedly, one of the things he's been consistent about.
So recently, in a lab, this year, we very recently, literally last month, in a lab, tested, experimented. We created a multiverse.
What? Come on, Dede. What did you say? And how is it theory? For real?
These lasers and shit like that to magnets to hold this particle quantum level. I forgot exactly how it all went down, but they did an experiment basically where they were able to keep things so small, just 10 to the minus 43, I think, is where the measurement and also where time actually stops when it gets to a level where it's too low, and that's the quantum level or whatever. And they were able to trap in and test it with just entropy, and they just measured the entropy. They didn't worry about time. They're like, we're gonna test out basically if time is something that's just a functional
retards.
product effect of what happens when you have space and time, So and so they measured it just with entropy.
You found the biggest retards on Clubhouse. Huge time wasters.
And then it basically, if you watch the graph, it proved that time is a linear direction. They experimentally proved that time is this. It's not even real, but it's this peak that's linear, and you can only go forward. If you want to track it, you have to go forward. So that.
Things like that. I was looking at the buildings that they built, and apparently he say that actually there's the way they did the windows and
keeping your personal information.
Yeah. Well, I learned that a long time ago because in the crypto world, you kind of have to do that. It's just the thing you have to do. So. Because not only for your own safety, for your own well-being, but also there's money involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that, Joe and all that. So it's just kind of a natural thing. I'm there's really no reason. I'm not here to meet anybody that way.
Right.
So what's the point? Why do you have to not see my picture? What the fuck?
Well, yeah, this was the first thing you knew that from the crypto and stuff.
Yeah.
But I came from this is my first social audio things, and I never used to be really big into social media until COVID. I didn't really go on. So I was thinking that everyone was genuine on here, completely naive. But I mean, people do message you in real life, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how the women on this app do it. I mean, early on, I don't know, it's fine. It's not bad.
It's not like some brand new fucking claim that all time in the universe has to be forced into some fucking talking apes fucking limited fucking ability to experience time in any other way than linear. I hate you so much.
Wait, Jeremy, why are you spitting so much heat from Toronto? The cell cloaker thing, I'm not sure that it works. Are you sure it works? I'm asking for Tel Aviv.
Say that again.
I'm in Tel Aviv. We're watching you. You know we watch you, right, Jeremy? And your cell cloaker thing, it would be interesting if it worked, but I'm not sure that it works. If I can track you down, anybody can.
I'm not sure what you're saying. I think what you're saying is that you're from Israel. Is that what you're saying, Mark?
Not really, but I'm sitting here in Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. Isn't Tel Aviv in Israel?
You said you live in Tel Aviv. You don't.
No, I don't. You said that. You said you live in Tel Aviv.
No.
I said I'm Canadian.
I'm sitting here in Tel Aviv. I said your name is Jeremy, and you're sitting in Toronto, and you think.
No. Sorry. Listen, Mark, I know that you're trying to dox me, but you're doing it poorly. The Mossad really needs to update their information. I don't live in Toronto. I know that you guys who don't live in Canada think we only have one city. Hold on, Mossad. Wait, Mossad.
Not the same person.
Okay. You want to deal with that? Okay.
What? Jeremy Hill? I can't say your name.
This is Jeremy Hill from Wireless Cloaker in Montreal.
And that's the problem with those big Mossad Zionists, right? Is that they show their hands, right? They go and they say things like, "Oh, dude, I went out and I'm gonna dox you and try to dox," and then they're like, "Dude, you're embarrassing yourself because you don't even have the information right." It's not like I don't share it, dude. Everybody knows the city I live in, and so when you come up and say you live in Toronto, everybody's laughing at you, not because they're anti-Semitic. We all love Palestinians, the real Semites. No, we hate Zionists, or by we I mean the royal we, Mark. I hate Zionists who think that they're empowered by information from Assad that is just so fucking false. And you guys, you know how many VPN companies you guys own? Do better. Just fucking do better. I mean, not in here, obviously, because you'll never fucking be allowed in this room ever again. But just do better. Dogs, folks. Come on.
So the craziest thing is, if you think about it, it's actually kind of simple, right? So if you go faster than the speed of light, the speed of light is how fast light goes in a second, which is how fast light goes
just by being around them, that it's insane. Like how much I know about people. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
If people don't do that, they don't listen usually to other people.
Correct.
But I literally could, like, if anybody, like,
Literally, anybody come on stage, kind of all know. I can probably piece together their life fairly well, actually.
Me too.
Well, that's an assumption. You know what they say about people that make assumptions, right? Hello?
Hi.
Oh?
I just want to say that I hate soccer. I love American football. And the fact that the United States government has spent $1 billion on fucking FIFA and we're $200 trillion in debt, $40 trillion in funded debt. Fuck this soccer bullshit. But we did spend $1 billion. I looked it up. Congress has spent $1 billion providing security primarily for FIFA. To me, is it worth it? Is it worth it as a taxpayer that we got to go 3 out of 5 days a week just to spend $7 trillion? We only collect $5 trillion. Like, when will leadership ever finally fess up and say, hey, sorry guys, but the past 26 years since 9/11, oops, we bankrupted the country. Oopsie. Oops.
As long as we still have printing presses, it won't matter. We'll just print more money.
Well, see, there could come a time when a leader which has actual ethics and morals and says, no, we won't do that. We will have a real economy or we will have no economy. Because having a fake economy where 40 to 50% of it is all borrowed and we don't manufacture anything, all you got to do is go to Amazon and go to Amazon Essentials, which are like the essential products in your life. And 100% of them are made in China. We make nothing, and real goods and services is the real economy, not inflationary spending for social, woke, restorative justice, CRT, BLM, DEI, LGBTQ. And since we closed out the books on LGBTQ last month, thank God it's over, and we had our 250th celebration, I just want to say that I've made an amazing observation. And it's that 99.9% of all people are addicted to wasting time. People love being social. Being social is actually like one of the most fun things you can do because reading a book does get kind of boring after a while, and being alone gets kind of boring. Like, why do you think squirrels and birds are always playing and chirping? Because it's something to do. Right, Clemens?
Yeah, but the stock market's at an all-time high, so life is good. We went through 53,000 today on the Dow.
Oh, great. Well, guess what? The deficit and the national debt's higher than it's ever been. Why do you think there's a correlation? If we didn't inflate the fucking currency supply so high, the stock market never would be where it's at. It's called quantitative easing. You're not an economist. You just play one on Clown House. You don't know how the Federal Reserve does quantitative easing, do you, Clemens? Go ahead, Dr. Economist. Tell us. How does the Federal Reserve achieve quantitative easing? Go ahead, Clemens.
I don't know. All I know is my 401k is at an all-time high. That's all I care about.
Got it. Well, Mark is here. Mark, I'm sure, has a better grasp of economics than you, and I'm sure his portfolio is about 10 times bigger than yours, Clemens.
Hosting's good for the economy, though. Kitover. So it's.
How's it good for the? We spent $1 billion on a soccer match.
Keep the Dow going up, man. Keep it going up.
Up, up, up. You know things that go up must come down. Don't you understand physics, Clemens?
Uh-oh.
How come Riddell doesn't come around, man? You said Rydell?
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't really know, actually. It's a good question. I mean, you were here, obviously, but she was here the other day for, like, I don't know, an hour.
Gentlemen,
There, like that.
Gentlemen, I hate to interrupt, but I want to point your attention to my PTR, which is a picture of Michael Obama, Barry's husband. And I was kicked off of Instagram. I've written a letter to Todd Blanche as well as to Mark Zuckerberg demanding a full investigation into censorship of conservative Republican voices. And I have absolutely proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and I have the evidence, that Michelle Obama is trans. And the fact that the entire month of June is Trans Pride Month and LGBTQ month, and there's trans in the LGBTQ, why is it considered to be so immoral, so despicable to make an observation as a scientist that Barry's husband certainly does look like a man in the undoctored, unairbrushed photos? And to say that and to be censored and to say that that is abuse, harassment, or hate speech, I'm not so sure about that anymore, because when I'm about to PTR another photo, this is Michelle Obama doing trans story time with the Reading Rainbow guy at the Chicago Mordor Obama Tower of Doom and Lies and Propaganda. Look at my PTR, and you tell me, is that not trans story time? And when I see Barry and I see his children, something is amiss. Those are not her children. Those are surrogate children. There are no photos of Michael having children. And Michael loves to hang out with George Bush and eat Altoids and create little viral snippets.
Do you believe that Michelle Obama is a male? Do you seriously believe that?
I do actually. I'm like 51% because LGBTQ and trans is so pervasive now that the fact that Barry Soetoro Obama, who in Chicago went to Grant Park and said, "We need hope and change," everybody thought he was going to end the war. He didn't. That fucking guy did whatever the CIA told him to do. He was not. He fooled everybody. Why do you think so many strong Black Americans say he ain't an N-word and he didn't do shit for the brothers? Because he's not Black. He's not an African American ADOS. His mother was a CIA prostitute that ran honeypots, and you can just Google it and look at the pictures of her in her lingerie. So my opinion is that we do have a CIA reality, like in that movie The Good Shepherd, when Matt Damon is like, the N-words got their music, the Italians, you got your church. What do you got? He's like, you're just renting from us. Who do you think Barry Soetoro Obama really is? The organizer? Go to his Wikipedia, go to Michelle Obama's Wikipedia, look at their first job out of Columbia University, a Business International Corporation, a CIA think tank. It's right there in their Wikipedia. These fake-ass African Americans, one is a trans guy and one is a gay guy, are deceivers to the highest degree possible. They are totally actors. They were put and installed by the military-industrial complex and the pharma-industrial complex, in my opinion, because they are vaccine criminals. They are war criminals. And the fact that Barry Soetoro Obama promoted the vaccines with George Bush and Bill Clinton and Zuckerberg, you tell me, is reality, or is it all theatrical and hypnosis programming? In my opinion, my diagnosis is possible.
But even if all that's true, he still promoted a record Dow. That's all that matters, man. All this is noise. Who cares if she's trans or not? It's all about the Dow and making money, brother.
Jane, would you like to contribute?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I'd like to add.
Go ahead.
It's likely that Michelle Obama plays soccer, too.
Kitover, how do you get all those cell phones?
Oh, sorry. And also, when did you get on this new? Michelle is trans.
Listen, what I'm saying is political, and it might.
Angry about it, John?
Oh, I'm just having a good old time here.
John, why?
Well, this might just be the way I sound at 43 years old. I'm sorry. If you want, we could do a meditation hypnosis class. I'd be happy to, do a yoga pose.
John, I think you need to read a book.
I read this morning. I read Marcus Aurelius, Meditation, Stoic Philosophy. Many of you retards have never read a fucking book in the 5 years you've been on this stupid app, listening to Marshall Rankin repeat himself a gazillion times. So I'm just saying that if you don't read a book and all you do is use this stupid app, you are stupid. And that's okay. Lots of retards out there in clown world. I know a beautiful girl who's worth millions of dollars, travels the world. She's an incredibly strong, vivacious woman. And I asked her, when was the last time you read a book? It's been 20 years. 20 years you haven't read a book? Oh, you're retarded, But
you don't enjoy hearing from Marshall when he cites old laws and history.
Well, he dropped out of college. He's a pseudo-intellectual. He's a pseudo-intellectual and a pseudo-historian.
74 section of the law of CD50 says that you can't do that.
Part of life is mockery and roasting. And if you've ever watched the roasts, famous roasts on YouTube or whatever, the old ones or the newer ones, that's what this app really is. And politically correct. Everybody on that stage is totally roast worthy. And, the Band Goat Show, it really is somewhat entertaining and unique. So that is the American experience. And no one should be penalized for being retarded. But if you break the law or if you're violent, well, then, yeah, we want some penalties for those types of retards. Hello?
God bless Pepe.
Well, yeah, how do you get all those cell phones? Do you just buy them used? Like, you have 30 cell phones. Isn't that expensive?
And isn't it hassle when they all have to be upgraded?
Well, the most, I've tested so many cell phones. My best testing is with the Motorola's. Samsung has become an inferior product to a very high degree. Their operating system is slow, but these Motorola's are killing it. So if you're an investor, in my opinion, if you want to buy a cell phone stock, Motorola, if it even trades anymore, their products, wherever they're manufacturing them, are tip top. And $50 for, see, this is why the economy is fucked. Apple's raising their prices, but I can buy a $50 Motorola and still achieve the same thing that I want to achieve if I was buying a $1,000 Apple phone. So cell phones can't get any better. Look at your experience right now. The audio experience is unique, but there's no video here.
Exactly.
Take the turkey bone out of the mouth. You got to take the food out of the mouth. Peter, take the Fessenjun out of the mouth. Anyways, I know I am wasting your time here, and we've got important topics to talk about. Like Graham Plattner, the Nazi rapist, has officially dropped out of the election, and Susan Collins is undefeated. Glory be to Dr. Susan Collins.
Did something come out about his sexual past or something?
Yeah, a woman called into a live show and claimed that he raped her, and his jaw dropped. So the clip is it's so damning. And
I gotta see this. And it was vetted. It was legit.
Yeah, he's confirmed it, and he said he's dropping out. He said, that redheaded bitch at the DNC who held up that Project 2025 book, and she's like, Project 2025 coming more at you later. We're gonna read that bitch also dropped out, and now I guess her Muslim opponent is gonna be the winner. So that bitch is an awful, horrible person. I don't know her name, Michelle something. She's red. She's hot. Anyways, I've said too much. I hope everyone here has a fantastic night. And please, dear God, don't mod Pepe.
I would bet that Plattner's been bought off. He needs to get out of the race so the party, the main party, can appoint in their selected candidate to run in the Senate race. However, they're going to oust him, and he's probably in on it about this rape accusation. He's probably getting millions of dollars to buy out of it too. And I don't have a source. I just have living experience following this for 3 decades.
My conspiracy is I think Graham Plattner was actually paid for and bought and paid to run by right-wing donors and advocates as a quote-unquote democratic socialist candidate. And the idea is, someone whose past sounds like it aligns very closely with quote-unquote neo-Nazi culture in America, all of a sudden having some drastic change of heart.
People think that they're
change of disposition seems a little suspicious.
Question: are the DSA people that got him involved? They've been interviewed by the nightly news, and they went on and bragged about how they were able to find Graham Plattner and figured are they also Republican?
They're all neo-Nazi shills. Democrat, Republican doesn't necessarily mean anything when talking about neo-Nazism.
These kind of socialists, but they're neo-Nazis. Masquerading anti-socialists.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But have you heard Plattner speak? He's not, in my opinion, what you are categorizing him as. In my opinion, he definitely is a woke, social justice, liberal, progressive, Democrat, pluralist, LGBTQ, everything.
But he wasn't just 5 years ago, right?
Well, how do you know that? I mean, because the thing is, in 2026, which is the year we're living in.
His own admission in his past.
Well, Florida, it's 2026.
His tattoo.
I get it. The thing is, the rape accusation has sunk his battleship. Ding, ding.
Or has it?
It has. You have no idea.
Maybe that's just the kind of
No, it's not. Florida, it's not. You don't know the backdrop.
That's just the kind of patriarchal.
Every major Democrat has distanced and renounced and denounced. It's over for.
Need their own rapist in
The Democrats have completely separated themselves from him. Every major Democrat, Roe, everyone in Illinois, every single person, because you probably don't do shit on X. If you do, I mean, you're not looking at the content I'm looking at. I'm telling you,
I'm not looking at X.
The Democrats have completely distanced themselves, and they're all on X. They don't discriminate now and say, go to Blue Sky. They're all on X because they know the power of communication. And if you're not there and you're only on Blue Sky, well, you got blue hair and you're an LGBTQ pluralist, progressive Democrat.
Yeah, I'm not on Blue Sky either.
Well, Florida and I were talking in an earlier room, and I asked him, what are his 3 priorities? And he gave me an epic word salad. And the first one is getting dirty money out of politics. Florida wants to limit dark money, which is dirty money. And number 2, it was ranked.
Not necessarily.
Oh, not necessarily. No. Anyways, the second priority is ranked choice voting. And he says, well, we already fucking have ranked choice voting, you fucking retard moron. You don't even fucking know it because you're a fucking idiot, dummy. I
said you've been doing ranked choice voting in some capacity.
Got it. Some capacity. In a capacity.
Work, then that's on
capacity. And my response is that since I am a bona fide politician and I've run in 2 actual political campaigns, I'm about to file for the mayoralship of Chicago, which will be my third political campaign, and I actually have an experience.
Fucked up that ballot.
Well, I didn't get on the ballot, but the fact of the matter is,
Out of the state party, but that's
I was never in the state party. What are you talking about?
2 examples of ranked choice voting I gave you of how it works in the real world.
I just want to say that my response was that
Remember the 2
it's
elementary
Florida. Bima! Welcome! Dr. Bima! Bima, I heard you broke up with your boyfriend. Mazel tov and congratulations. You and Beaver can now finally be a couple! Beaver, I got you, bro. Wingman me, Beaver. Bima's single now, dude. It's your big shot. She finally gave up on the BLM guy who keeps ditching her while he's fake driving trucks and shit. Anyway, I said too much.
Hey Joe, what's this story about this black kid that was somewhere down in your neck of the woods at the lake or something that was with his friends and then he came up missing and he's dead in Mississippi?
That's the newest black. That's the newest black mind virus going around.
Yeah, and the white women that came back, they had black eyes when they returned from offshore.
What?
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. That's the next story on Clubhouse shortly. I'm trying to get caught up.
Yeah, what the fuck what are we talking about here?
It's like a ghost story where 5 white guys and a black guy went out on a fun party boat, and only the white guys returned. That's the newest black mind virus going around.
Let me find a link so I'll put it on top.
Speaking of mind viruses here, Bima has a horrific mind virus, and she believes that we live in a structural white racist society, and if you're not combating that every day, you are the problem. And I just want to say that's just a little limited in scope, because some of us read an irresistible book known as the Bible. And in the Bible, if you possess the wisdom, you would know just how retarded your perspective is.
Cheeseburgers aside.
Wallace, I saw you give fire to John Kitover. You've now been shunned. You're in the doghouse, Wallace. I saw that.
So American soccer, we're never going to get any better at it until we're able to pay our soccer players on the same level that UEFA is able to pay their soccer players.
Look at what Ben wrote. So now millions of football fans around the world view the U.S. as cheaters who use political corruption to influence FIFA, and we lose anyway. So much winning. When's the next war? I just got to say, Ben, Americans don't give a fuck about soccer. We spent $1 billion propagandizing it as if it fucking matters to losers like you who watch it and get emotionally involved in a fucking game for children, kicking around a black and white speckled ball. Do you realize how retarded you are even for listening to me right now? You're wasting all your time, Ben. And if you watch soccer or listen to me, you have attention deficit disorder. Your focus and concentration is completely misdirected all the time.
I agree with you, Matt. I agree with everything you're saying right now.
I appreciate that, Clemens, and that goes for you as well. And when I hear you in the Gary Bumgarden news room with Marshall Stankin ranking the fake rhino Republican with Monica de la Cruz, the bullshit communist Republican Hidalgo, stupid communist. Oh, he's a Republican saint. The guy can't even identify a border on a map. Listen.
Right, though. The truth hurts.
Yeah, it stings. The truth. See, that's why I say you have to appreciate me as a professional roaster. In fact, my father was also considered a professional roaster in the Chicago Police Department comedy circuit. All I'm trying to say is that today is a great day because we fooled the world again with soccer. Americans hate soccer. We love American football. And we spent
I actually like soccer. I'm sorry. I do. we just suck at it because our brothers.
Beaver, that's why you and Beema are going to be a great couple. The point is, we spent $1 billion propagandizing soccer to emotionally manipulate people for the sake of mind control, because we are $240 trillion in debt, and we just spent $1 billion spamming soccer. I am complete.
Soccer is only played. It's only popular because it's a poor people's sport. You know that, right?
Yes. But we will never be able to compete at it if our certain demographic of athletes plays it at a young age. You have to develop that first touch when you're like, a young kid. And we don't have that. They're playing basketball and football and whatever else.
I think there's actually 3 main reasons for that.
Like, why do you guys, I don't know, that's weird to me. Why do you guys not, like, in your communities, you guys didn't play soccer as a kid?
I'm talking about a special type of athlete.
Confused. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's weird.
I think there's 3 main reasons for it, though, to be honest, Beaver. One is that the culture already doesn't really accept soccer. So, like, the odds of getting people into it is difficult. That's one. 2, the money in soccer isn't anywhere near what the money in basketball or football is. That's number 2. Number 3, even if the culture and the money permitted it, the harsh reality that's much more difficult to change and I think much more interesting to talk about is the fact that the current socioeconomic and landscape, like physical landscape of America's urban communities doesn't have many fields for people to be able to like start playing soccer in a organized fashion. And in the concrete jungle, so to speak, basketball courts, because concrete is already laid all over the place, it's just much more common. So you'd have to like clear the basketball courts and start putting up grass or turf fields for soccer. And that's just kind of like more of a burden. So I think those 3 things really drastically impact the amount that, say, some of our more athletic Americans face when it comes to picking up the game of soccer.
Yep, you are spot on.
Oh, I just want to quickly bring up a new topic, which was some witnesses before Congress about MK Ultra and the CIA's human experiments in the 50s and 60s, etc., for vulnerable populations, which they have confirmed is medical torture, that it was the largest and most psychotic medical torture program ever conducted by the CIA, a group of researchers. You can look it up today. I'll put a link in the chat. Anyways, if you're unaware of what the U.S. government has done, and think about all the money that was spent conducting all of this research and the extent of it by having brothels with hidden cameras and basically the weirdest thing that came out today in the congressional testimony is that Michelle Obama is trans. And an extenuated project of the MK Ultra program to create a Manchurian candidate.
This is actually on the military website, and you guys removed it from the stage for free. Yo, you can't make that up. That's hilarious. This is your guys' party. How are you?
It's Beema masquerading as.
No, that was me. I take Flores. I did it.
See, Joe, I told you, you fucking ankle bite me all the time, and you're fucking wrong, dude. And you're a piece of shit also, and I hate you. No, you're a shit. You're a shit person, and you're wrong. I don't fucking move people, first of all, you dumb bitch. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, I'm tired of you fucking ankle biting me. You constantly have me in your fucking mouth. Do I taste good, Joe? No, Ann, I'm sorry, Ann. I will remove you, Ann, if I need to.
Remove me then.
Okay, well, listen, just shut the fuck up, because listen, then get your man in fucking in check. This isn't about you. It's not about you, and it's not about you. This is about me and Joe. This is about me and Joe. This isn't about you. This isn't about you, though. But it's not about you. But it's not. Well, then if you're going to be involved, then I'm going to have to refer to you, and I don't want to because
Stand by you, man.
it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yes, it does.
That's fine. I'll talk to him when you're not in the room because you can't handle it. That's.
Can't handle it.
Can't handle it. Sounds like you can't handle it.
Him ankle biting you because then you become so unhinged. He's not even saying anything. You take everything so personal. You don't even know who he is, and you take everything so personal. So you should just do some self-reflecting, and then you wouldn't get so upset about what Joe Hero on the internet thinks of you.
Well, he did blame her, and it was me that did it.
Who cares?
Well, I'm just setting the record straight.
Why'd she lose control though? Why'd she?
Because you're always ankle biting me, Joe, constantly. You love tasting me. You love Bima. Constantly, you love me in your mouth. You love Bima all on your tongue, down your throat. You love it. You love it. You love it because you just can't keep me out of your mouth. You can't keep me out of your mouth. I taste so good, don't I, Joe? I taste good, don't I, Joe? Keep me out of your mouth, dude.
If you're going to be part of the content up here, we're going to talk about it.
Okay. Well, then enjoy the taste. Enjoy the taste. You love tasting.
In a Trump room.
You love
You're
tasting.
going to be talking.
I haven't said anything to anybody. I wasn't referring to you. I don't refer to you. You're always the first one. You're always the first one to have me in your mouth. You just love me in my Joe's mouth. You love tasting. You love tasting.
If Beaver takes credit for it, though, then you got to come over the top, and then you got to have this emotional outburst.
Because it's all the time, Joe. It's every time, dude. It's every time. It's never enough. You're the only person. You come in this room and you pretend to be cordial and friendly. Okay, good. Just stop, Joe. Jesus.
What happens is you make these comments under your breath.
I don't make any comments. I don't refer to you. I don't talk about you. I don't talk to you. That's only okay. I'm responding to you, Joe. To you. But hold on. You cannot. That's a victim. You can't blame the victim, dude. You're the one who's attacked. I'm not saying anything to you. I don't refer to you. I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you, I don't refer to you, I don't ankle bite you, and you just constantly have shit to say about me all the time in the chat, all the time, and then you want to come up here and you want to pretend like we're all just like friendly, like dude, just enough.
And everyone agrees with Joe, and everyone's giving.
And come on, just stop.
No, well, she said it.
I get it that he's your cop, but please.
That's kind of rude. You don't say that.
Yeah.
Did you see what William said?
Whatever the hell I want to say.
No, nobody.
He said you're making.
Yeah, I can. Get over it. It's the internet. Get over it. It's the internet.
It's the internet.
It's the internet. Okay, well then, why are you then interfering with me and Joe? You're innocent.
Hey, Dima, what is pussy spelled backwards?
Because.
Because it's weird.
Okay, well, too bad. I fight with men on this app all the time. I can handle it. He can handle it too. He doesn't need you. Do you see? Who's losing it? And you're interfering with someone that is not.
All right, it's over. Okay. Joe thought it was Bima. I can see why he thought it was Bima.
Well, why? I don't remove anybody. I don't remove anybody ever. But he accuses me of it all the time.
You're viewed as the libtard of the group, but you're not. I did it. That's why I spoke up.
Come on, she is the libtard.
Alright.
There's only some Kitover you could take.
Yeah, that was me. I just couldn't take it.
Neither break.
Kitover is fine. He could come back.
Kitover's fucking. John Kitover is absolutely based.
Well, he repeated the same thing over and over. It's got a little bit too much, but
Leave John Kitover, please.
I know, I get it.
And we know she's not trans. She's a woman.
Who?
I think.
Oh, Obama.
I mean, we heard that story 3 times tonight so far. So yeah, we get it. We got it. And Beaver's
It's time to take a shot at Bima. Come on, can you blame me?
Don't you guys think we should take it serious? It's on an official government website.
Did you post a link? I've never seen it. I don't know.
Kitover, he put it in the chat.
Do you think anything's going to happen with this case of this black kid, Nolan Wells? Or is that a boring topic?
No, it'll pick up steam. It's all over X right now, and it will get juicier as everybody starts taking their sides. We'll have another round of goodies coming up here, I think.
Bima, have you heard about this?
No.
Young black kid, 18, went out with a bunch of white kids. There was some alleged altercation.
There wasn't. You're full of shit.
I swear to God, shit. The link up top.
I've read it.
That's what you guys were talking about was the boat thing. Down by John. Okay, let me.
The alleged altercation.
Is that not the truth? I mean, that's what I haven't read. Like, I've just seen a few tweets about it. I don't know the real full latest story. That's why I'm mentioning it. Was he lynched out in the water somewhere?
Well, I think he just, were having fun, and he probably just fell overboard or something.
He's the victim of structural white racism, clearly.
Let's not start making Eric Clapton level excuses, all right?
What the fuck do you mean he just fell overboard or something and then he just like never been on a boat?
That's why I said it. Especially like if you've gone into if somebody has gone overboard like at night, it's so difficult to find them. And if they can't swim and they start to go over, they start to go under. I mean, it happens so fast.
So let me get this clear. If you were out on a boat with somebody at night, Bima, and they flipped overboard, you would just fucking leave them there?
Well, that's what you do. No, but didn't they say that there was a search and people were trying to find them? Isn't that what happened?
No, I don't know. I'm still reading this.
I mean, like, if he didn't have a life vest on, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they make it's so important for everybody to have life vests.
I think Eric Clapton's one of the best guitarists.
Okay,
as far as father figures are concerned, that's good.
Okay, guys.
Florida, you are so right. My dad absolutely loves
Okay, with all due respect, you
David,
guys.
no, with all due respect.
With all due respect, you guys need to calm down.
With all due respect. Put the bottle down.
You're not going to be around much longer if you keep drinking like this, Dave.
Yeah. It's really sad, actually.
But the tears in heaven song is because he wasn't watching his kid and they fell off a balcony.
No, that's not true. Him and his wife were at work, and the babysitter, the nanny, was there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
What do you mean? Stop that.
Okay, this post is not giving a lot of content. Oh, he was arguing with his friends. Okay, what the fuck? That doesn't tell me anything.
So all we have right now is that the authorities are trying to track down people that might have been there that day, and they're questioning people.
Oh, David Bobadilla is here.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Whatever, I hope they find this.
Bring
kid.
David Bobadilla up.
He might be.
Found lost suspicious.
It is suspicious when you pull up the pinned tweet there that black guys. It's very, very suspicious.
Yeah, like so that kind of like takes up the possibility that obviously that like fucking nice.
Like all these things that should have photos on your links.
That's not true. But I think it's really about like black people something that I think something we should bring more attention to is the
You should have said black guy. With all due respect.
you shut the fuck up. You're such a crazy honest like you're insufferable.
Okay.
Like okay. Yeah, so like okay, David's gonna finish my sentence. Go ahead, finish.
You know, I have two seats inside.
Okay, I wanted to bring up the black kids that have been like found hanging, and then you know like whatever it is they say that no foul play was found, and then later on after they do the autopsy, we all find out that that's bullshit, and that's been like an increasing thing.
Okay, well, you know, let's calm down, right?
Yeah, let's just like docile.
Okay, with all due respect, I mean, I have two PhDs, so I'm just sorry.
Got 2 PhDs.
Yeah, it's giving, right? It's giving energy.
Just look at this.
Where are these communities that are giving energy? Like,
And there's so influence that their intended parties, indigenous species, that's about it. But they, they're a real organization, even.
The Puppet Show!
They are a real. I don't know. Most of us back in the day, I would never comment on it really, like, I see where
Get people that flip their whole lives on the internet.
good thing was at least they were trying to be, you know, white Native for Americans together. That answers your question. Hey, Ralphie, can I say something real quick? Hey, Monica, I just want to make sure that before I message you on WhatsApp, if you can give me a thumbs up, so I know that you're not like a bot or something.
We finally got Monica. Is that Monica? Monica Marie.
I tried to ask her to say something earlier. She's not saying it. I just want to make sure she can hear me. That's all. I just want to say Muhammad is a show. Muhammad is a jihad. She's like your no, I know that. I just want to make sure she hears it. Because I know it's some dirty Pakistani faggot. He's in the back channel, like, messaging that from Slovenia. He gets the message, but I'm just thinking on WhatsApp. Pakistani piece of shit. Shut up. So
just want to tell them, yeah, bro, you said something. Bro, Brett did what's her name crashed out the other day. Kamara was fucking amazing. Kamara got back because I was on Brett's side. And I was like, no, answer switch.
You want to drive in Chicago? Good fun.
I came from the room. It was amazing. Here's the problem with the Muslim. Very honest. You got one group of people. Now you have the Turks, the Chinese Turks, they are one. You know, right now, if you look at the Turks, and you look at the Persian, there's like, you know, a couple of populations that like you can see that they have capability and you can potential. The rest of them are just like a drag on the front of them. So really good at their gun. They have one plan for gun. And what Brad said, bring me up. Brad said, bring me up.
I guess.
Yeah, that's I heard the story.
Oh, really? Yeah, what happened to that Juliana girl? Didn't that recently just happen with Juliana, like North Carolina? What's her name?
Now you got a number. You got her number. Now you got her number.
Each and every circumstance are all suicide. What's like more recent ones that were ruled suicide? Like what state is this and when were they ruled suicide?
Everyone that I've
There
heard
was
of.
there was the two boys, the two black boys, they were ruled, that was ruled suicide.
Yeah, everyone that I've heard of.
When was this, Beamer?
After the autopsy, it's found that it's no longer a